Yes, good morning, everybody. I am very sorry for the late start of this meeting, and I apologize also for the fact that we were going to have it last week. Unfortunately, certain issues came up that prevented it from happening. Um, the purpose of this meeting is primarily to engage with all of you guys to discuss issues affecting the institution, um, coming from you folks, some of the challenges that we are having as an institution, some highlight the successes of the institution and find solutions to prominent issues or problems that we are faced with. Also, to discuss the different projects that we have and how we can all be involved in them. It is very important that we attend it. Mr. Juve may not be attending it all the time, but I have always encouraged the staff and the management to take it upon themselves. So I want to encourage everybody to be showing up to these meetings and also to understand that this meeting, Mr. Juve, is as important. It doesn't matter who hosts it or who is conducting it. It's always as important as if Mr. Juve is present. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to know what the institution is going through, where we are, and the way forward. I want to commend each and every one of you that is doing your best to make sure that you fulfill your responsibilities and commitments to Gambian talents. We as an institution are also trying our utmost best. It's not perfect, but we are on a daily basis on a mission to see to it that the situation improves and things improve. What we are doing is trying to provide an opportunity and a privilege for the youth of the country to excel, especially in multimedia related skills. However, I am never shy or ashamed to say that we don't have all that it takes in terms of the resources, specifically to be able to get this done. So, dañoo taxale bu baax a baax a baax a baax mbaa katakan ne ka katako laakan kaje ko ñin program more successful ta. On a regular basis, we have hundreds of youth interested in this program, unless they don't know about it, unless they don't see it, unless they are not aware of it. But any young person that is aware of this, or a lot of young people that are aware of this project, are always coming to take advantage of it, just like you guys did. We are going to continue. On a daily basis, we are going through a lot of transformation. We are going through a lot of changes. The institution is growing, and a lot of things are happening in the country that warrant us to be a lot more structured, a lot more serious, and make things happen. Um, in as much as we want to help to shape the lives of the young people in a positive way, we also have a responsibility. We have liability issues that we are trying to avoid. And for that reason, it is important that we have conversations and discussions that would take us forward. It's an institution for the young people, by the young people, and I am very proud of that. On a daily basis, when I talk to you folks, I tell you that this is not a joke. When I created this back in the days in partnership with Ibunjai, our vision was to tap, nurture, and promote Gambian talents and culture. And until this day, that remains an integral part of what we do. Seeing you guys succeed is what gives us joy and happiness. Any young person that is able to make it through the opportunities that are created for them by Gambian talents is enough joy for us, is enough happiness for us. I have said it, I would hate to see whether I am dead or alive. I want to be on record to say that I would never appreciate it if anybody is to change the concept of this and how it is going as a youth led institution for the youth and by the youth. It's important that we keep that in mind. Suma dee duma ko appreciate ku ko change. Nimbaluta duma appreciate ku ko change. And for those of you that are sitting here, as you see this institution grow or go to whatever level, that is where and how I want it, together with the person that I set it up with. That is our goal and mission and vision. Now, that said, is that an easy task? No, because we bring in a lot of young people, inexperienced young people. We all know youth and how we can be, how passionate you guys can be, how strong headed sometimes we can be, how we think we own the world a lot of times. Ngamirante tamu duniati. So ñu joxoon asamaan bi ñu wàccee ko. Stubbornness sometimes, lack of experience, lack of understanding, sometimes not knowing what we want, or being distracted by so many reasons, including peer pressure. We are aware of all of these things, but we are still willing to take up the challenge and make sure that we touch the lives of the young people of the Gambia in a positive way. And I am proud and happy to say ne su fi emoon sax mu neex waaye yal na bum fi em, because over the years, past couple few years, we have touched the lives of over 200 young people. That is wonderful. Whether they finish the internship 100% or those who've been in the internship halfway and they left, anybody who comes here, even for one day, we have touched your lives in a positive way. A minute at Gambian Talents is a minute of the streets for you guys. A minute at Gambian Talents is a minute of the streets. A minute distracting you from any form of negativity that you might have been engaged with, whether a negative thought you stopped at or a negative thought you've implemented and put into action. It has prevented people from becoming criminals. It has prevented people from having all kinds of negative energy that could have negatively impact the country. So it's an open forum. We have nothing to hide. I am not ashamed to say that we are a struggling institution, and we want to be on record to say that we are trying our utmost best as citizens to complement the efforts of the government of the Gambia and contribute our corporate social responsibilities in touching the lives of the youth. We don't have it all. We don't know it all, and all is not well with us as an institution. We have a lot of challenges and struggles, and we are aware of it, and we want to make sure that each and every one of you is aware of this as well, and we are on record. I will also add finally that it is input that determines output here at Gambian Talents TV and GT Promotion. You all know this. You all hear it all the time. From your first day of interview to orientation to the last day that you are at Gambian Talents, every day you hear us say input determines output. So a lot of you may sit down and think parparloo moo am Gambian Talents ñoo faasaale bi jang wala kii dañoo gën a empower e kañine gën a maakoy. That is far from our reality here. We didn't know any of you from Adam. Bi ngeen fee ñëw ñu bari si yéen, not ñu bari sax kenn si yéen fooguma ñun xam nañ leen. Not myself, not Fatu, not Ida. We didn't know a good number of you guys. In fact, the latest badges, ñi fi ñëw I had nothing to do with your interviews. Fatu has nothing to do with it. It was Babukar and Aissatou Diallo who facilitated Sen Nyofi, who also came here as interns just like you guys. Tey suñ demee ba nekk i managers ni tata foy keta manager te foy kala call topoto, then that is a great thing. These are people who came in as interns. These are young people like you. These are people who are not older than you or you are not older than. So lan moo leen ko may seen determination, seen perseverance, um, ila honesty, truthfulness, dedication, willingness to sacrifice, and of course, passion and willingness to learn. These are the things we told you before you came into the internship. When you guys applied, we said it. This is not a project where people uh, 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 get rewarded for being bad. So mun nga tok nak di lemlante sa loxo yi. You can be here for a whole year and not achieve anything. Ngay mer di xool ñeneen ñi. You can be here for a few moments. You can be here for a couple of months and you see yourself growing. You see yourself going far. You see yourself achieving a lot of things, including receiving promotion, including receiving money from the institution. But you can be here for a whole year or even longer. And eventually, you start to feel like dañ ma nekk di use. I want to be on record to say that use can taxut maa jóg. Can can we are here trying our utmost best to see how best we can contribute to the development of our country by training and empowering the young people. I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. If you can, let me know. I've seen it disconnected. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me or are we off? Can you guys hear me?
Hearing you loud and clear, Mr. G.
Okay. Yes. So it is input that determines output here at Gambian Talents. And all of you know this. Be dedicated, be serious, be honest, be sincere, be truthful, be willing and ready to learn. That was the primary condition that we gave when people were coming. A lot of you ask questions. Where are we? How much is the internship? How long is going to be? This and that. A lot of questions. And we told you the most prominent condition for the internship is willingness to learn. If you are willing to learn and sacrifice, you can go far and you can achieve anything. If you don't, di nga nekk fii for 1 year or more and you will just be annoying. You will be mad, you will be annoyed, you will be disrespecting yourself and others, or nga nekk di create tension and commotion because you will feel that other people are put ahead of you or on top of you, are given privileges and opportunities when you are not. Make hay while the sun shines. Make hay while the sun shines. Because at the end of the day, this is not an opportunity that is going to be available forever. It's not going to be a privilege that will be available forever. And you need to realize that you are not getting any younger. A lot of us know this. If you were to be in the West, you will see young people your age running institutions, managing institutions, creating stuff for themselves, for their families, and society as a whole, things that the whole world can benefit from. If we look at Mark Zuckerberg, who is the founder, co-founder, and CEO of Facebook, you will know what I am talking about. When he created Facebook, which is now one of the biggest companies in the world, you can, he was in college, and all of you are at that college going level, looking at your faces in the camera. Each of you, for the most part, are over the age of 18. And if you are over the age of 18, that means you have passed the high school graduation age. For the most part, it's usually 18 is when you get into high school. You graduate if you get into school early enough at the age of 7, 8, or whatever. By the time you reach 18, you would have graduated from high school and getting into college. If Mark can do it, I see no reason why any of you cannot do it. So su ngeen toogee nag foog seen boppa xaleel na leyal fa muta dindigol te almanke dindinti ko tek. Some of you are married and you have kids. Some of you are not married yet, but you need to be responsible enough in taking care of your destiny into your own hands. Time is going and it's not waiting. We call each other dindingol, 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 dindingol. Almanke dindinte adung alenyin lonne. Yen ñep xam ngeen ne du ngeen xaleel. As you are growing older, you need to take responsibility. And taking responsibility start with a lot of things. Being truthful, being honest, being sincere, being ready to work. Xam sa soxla ke la xaajo long. So this is my introductory message to you folks. I will open the meeting. We've told you guys that we normally have our Tuesday meetings as managers. And when we do, we discuss several things that are geared towards taking the institution forward. Even yesterday, we had one. And whenever we do, we will address the different situations and things that are affecting the institution to the best of our knowledge, not based on any sentiments, but based on realities and what we think. Sometimes we may not get it 100%. So we come up to you and we bring up the issues. And when we do, you let us know your own side of the story or what you think or how you think we can make this work. So on that note, I will allow Fatu to introduce the different things that we talked about at our meeting and the way forward. There are several things happening in the institution, great things that we are very proud of, but also there are several things that are happening that need to be changed or altered or modified for the betterment of the institution, whether it has to do with individual behavior, it has to do with the institution and what we can do and have, whether it has to do with our relationship and interaction with the people we deal with outside, how we handle things, how the training is going, etc., etc. So I'll allow Fatu to come up with the main pointers and I will elaborate on them. We will open the floor for discussion as a family. Feel free as usual, especially that I am here. I always encourage all of you guys to speak up and speak your mind. And I take any challenge and effort and feedback very seriously and will make sure that it is addressed accordingly, genuinely for that matter, and nobody will crucify you or judge you for your opinion and position as long as you are very genuine in what you are saying and you mean what you are saying and it is serious and you think it's going to add value to your life and your presence at Gambian Talents. Because when we brought you on board, you have an expectation and we want to make sure that we meet that expectation. So feel free, open up and talk to us and share your experience and what you think. I see a good number of you having books today. I want to applaud you for that. It's very important that you listen. It's very important that you write down some of the things that we are saying so that you can remember because you are here for the most part to learn. So thank you very much. I mean, Fatu, the floor is open for you to chip in with the main pointers.
All right, thank you, and good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Yes, the first pointer is when people go out for coverage, let people do not write their personal numbers. The numbers that they should write, it should be my number and not even the office line. The reason being, Mr. Juful explained. Thank you.
Um, I have said it at the beginning of my deliberation that we are an institution and we want to run it as such. With or without anybody, the institution should be able to continue to operate, including myself. That is why I empower the managers. Fatu Samba would have run this meeting if I wasn't present. If Fatu is not here, Ida should run the meeting, the show. If Ida is not here, Musa should run it. And if Musa is not here, Aisatu Jallo, and goes, the list goes on. All these weeks, in fact, Lamin Sise, I heard her is the one that's been doing the meeting, right or wrong? Yes. So that tells you. that we are trying to empower individuals and we are trying to get the institution to be structured as an institution. In Gambia, a lot of things die a natural death when the founder, the owner, the head is not there. We want Gambian talent to be different. Dañ buga fi ku fi nekk nga am the opportunity to be able to do anything that Farsamba can do. Any of you should be able to do. That's how much we want to empower people. Anything Ida Kebe can do, if she is not here, any of you should be able to do. Ku ci pare laa wax de mel pareta. Anything that Musa Jata can do, any of you should be able to do if Musa is not here. Wotuta told bulu naksiyenda des. And as a result, we want to make sure that if you go out for coverages or you go out for trainings or anything, we are an institution and we've told you this before. When the police, the army, or anybody you meet in any serious institution, there's bureaucracy. And this bureaucracy should be respected. You are not going there on behalf of yourself. If you are sitting at home, if you were in other places, you might not have had the privilege to attend those trainings, to attend those coverages, or whatever it is that you are going for. Therefore, it is important that you give the name of the institution and the telephone number of the institution. We are not saying that you should not be able to have your own personal contacts, but it is important that you give the institution. Um, if we are contacted, there could be several reasons. One is liability issues. Two is experience. Three is the fact that uh, you may not be available on some instances. And it is only fair that other people also get the chance for certain things to do. People go for coverages and come back. The next day they are not available for those coverages. We send people for trainings and they go attend these trainings, and the next minute they come back, they are not available. And they give their own telephone numbers. If you are called, nobody don't have credit. Your phone is off. You don't pick up numbers you don't know. Especially now for some of you that have started being celebrities in court. Then so busy and so important that you don't pick up calls you don't know. You can make yourself and the institution lose a lot of opportunities, privileges, and put a lot of liabilities on us because you never know why and where something is going to lead to. So it only makes sense that the institution is notified, is in the picture, and we handle things officially. Remember, you have the opportunity and the privilege through the institution. And if we had no grudges, any grudges against you, if we didn't wish you well, we will not give you the platform, the opportunity for you to go to attend whatever it is that you go for. So it's best practice that you give the office number, as Fatu said. That way, the official number, her number. That way, at the end of the day, if anything is to come up, we will be glad to follow up with you. You attended this training, you attended this coverage, so and so thing has happened there, or they need you to go back, or we want you to go back there and do A, B, and C. Is a plus for you. If you are not available, if it is your day off, if it is a day that you are sick or you have an emergency, somebody else can go and replace you. You can add to it, Fatu, if you think I've left anything out.
Yeah, I don't think you have left anything, but the only thing is sometimes people call you with office number. We do see, especially myself. Sometimes I just hit my phone, I see office line. So some of us, because it is office line, maybe you are having another GSM company, maybe I don't want to mention their name to give them advertisement, but any company can call you. You have that line, they have that line, you can call them back. But for instance, if that person have another network different from your network, you will not even know who call you. So that is the reason. And Mr. Juf, the other thing is there are a lot of training that will be coming our way, especially the journalists. So trainings are given to people based on their commitment. If people are not coming punctual, if people are not coming regular, and people do not have any job or they are not going to school, you come 2 o'clock, you said I am going. Whenever trainings like such happen or come to our deck, we will not give it to you because you will go to those training. Sometimes training might be as boring as Fatu Samba. Some training you can go the whole day, you just hear people talking. You will also just pack your bagage and go. So we want to see people, we give them chance, but how we would give people chance, that is not what we determine, but them determine it.
Yes, so some of the training, some people here have had, if it wasn't for Corona, every year we have an opportunity to get people to go learn, especially the journalists, a course that costs about 13 to $18,000 is could be paid for you for free of charge through Gambian talents just for being here. That's an additional bonus that you can have a certificate and a diploma in journalism. Other institutions always organize several trainings that they invite us, and we send our reporters, we send our videographers, we send our editors to go and participate in these trainings, and it's an opportunity for you to be able to have other certificates and other experiences outside of what you are having here. Next pointer. Or any
Um,
question, comment, or
and
concern on that. Let's take it one at a time. Any
yeah, but maybe
question,
you can
comment, or
also
concern?
add, through this training, we have some of our staff that have certificate in journalism at inside training through American Embassy. American Embassy used to sponsor us. Every year they would ask us to send our two best people that we think that they can be part of this training. And I remember Ramatulai passed through it. This young lady as well also passed through it. Hadiso also have a certificate through us. One whole year she went for a course, so this will be for you. So being serious is not for anybody but for you. So the forum is
Any
here. You can
question, comment,
you can ask
concern
yourself.
on that
And
particular
somebody, Mr.
issue?
Ju, somebody just text asking if you provide them with any timetable that is either love. Either yes, we have timetable, and this is not timetable that we create, but individuals, students that are applying or students that want to be part of the course, they tell us the time that they are available, and we work 24 hours. If you are not available morning, you can be available afternoon, or you are available at night. And we have people that work in all shifts. So this is not something that we impose on them, but it's something that they have confirm with us. So
So
any question confirm you can ask.
So, in a nutshell, for that person, it's a customized program where every individual determine their own schedule,
Okay,
and they
fantastic.
are here, they know it, they all determine their own schedules based on their availability, and we are very flexible as a 24-hour institution. Anybody can pick any shift they want. It's unfortunate that a lot of them would want to be 9 to 5 um, students, or I mean, the shift that is usually done by the heads of institutions or the bosses, suba before 5 o'clock nganyibi, and the rest of the time, I mean, the institution is always empty. Weekends, nights, evenings, a lot of people are not interested in this. But go ahead.
Any
Any
question?
questions, comments, or
Then
concerns on the subject that we've
if you
just
have
touched
any
on?
question or confirm, feel free to speak up. That's why we put our meeting live. We're not hiding anything. It's a family, and as families, we have to discuss so that other people can even learn from what we're doing. So if you have any concern, you can stop me. All right, Mr. Juf, the other thing that we talked about is the issue of people and their phones. So many people, or some people, I would say, will come and will have their phones, more especially if I am not around. So the office is not Fatu Samba. It's not either Kebe, or you say, okay, they would tell me AOB or other managers or other staff will leave your phone at your desk. Your phone is not important for you to take whilst you're working. Mr. Juve.
Okay. So again, it is very important that we stick to the script and we make sure that we fulfill our commitment. This is one of the biggest challenges that we have as a people, as a country. I did a short or long video a couple of days ago in which I was talking about the current political situation in the country. And in it, I said it, and I've always said it, that even suñu yàlla wàcceeloon yonent yàlla Muhammad ak yeneen yonent yi yépp ak sahaba yi hanning alaye rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam le jindi ñaketan na president oti aning kila kotengol be aning saibol iketa president oti aning cabinet na banko tita nyato nim mandaji kol faleng suñ weci wutun jikoy Gambia du musa kanam. And only if we know how much far behind we are as a country based on our attitudes, and honesty is key on that. We can make commitments, but we barely fulfill it. When we are in need, we are the best people. We agree to so many things. We say a lot of things. We make a lot of promises. But once we get there, once we have the opportunity, we blow it for ourselves. And these are the things we do at our homes. These are the things we do at the places that we are in. And by extension, even if we get in government, these are the things that we bring there. It's unfortunate. I want to encourage all of you to be sincere to ourselves with the commitments that we have made. Your phones, you will understand this if you were to travel to the West. If you ever you have the opportunity to you will understand what we are talking about. You made the commitment not to be using your phones while you are here. We all know phones can be a distraction, and it distracts all of us. It prevents us from being able to be productive or do a lot of things. It can be great, used for communication, effective communication, efficient communication, be able to use to do a lot of things. I use my phone to do so much work, but it can also be distracting. And we created the rule to make sure that everybody is equal in it. Let people drop off their phone with the secretary. It just didn't happen overnight. You are, I think, the 8 or 9 batch of interns we have brought into this institution, trained over 200 young people, like I said. So, based on our experiences, we decided at some point that we should leave the phones at the front desk. And anybody who has a call or who needs to use their phone to carry out any emergency call or text or whatever, that it will be handed over to you. If you need to leave, it can be given to you. If you are on a break, it can be given to you. And the reason why we are saying this is if everybody is holding their phone, partly it is for security reason, or you put your phone down where you are is for security reasons, because we have people that try to steal stuff here, which we are going to talk about in a bit, to steal stuff. There are a lot of reasons as to why we said so. If you leave it with the secretary, be certain that it is safe, and by the time you need it, you will have access to it, and we will take that liability and responsibility at the end of the day. So it's important that we respect it, that we are not distracted with our phones. Being on Snapchat and being on Instagram and Twitter or TikTok or any of the social media platforms is a betrayal of your commitment. And it's important that we understand this. So I don't want to elaborate too much on it. We have talked about it on numerous occasions. It keeps coming up at our meeting that folks are usually here and are on their phones. And it's not acceptable. It's not okay. And it's a reminder to each and every one of us. We have enough gadgets, whether it's computers, not, I would not say enough, but as much gadgets as possible. When it comes to computers, I just sent a brand new phone, two of them, matter of fact, for you guys to be able to use to do a lot of the things that we are doing that are official. So we expect people to be able to continue to use that rather than your own individual phones. Any questions, comments, or concerns on that? If no, we can move on, Fatu.
The same Ida is asking questions. Ida, we have a phone, a general phone that everybody in the office use whenever they are going for any coverage. That is the phone they use to call their guests. Nobody use their personal phones unless they want to use. But there is an office phone right here in the office that we always buy credit. If I am saying a lie, please, I want people to confirm. Do we have an office phone that anybody can use whenever they have any guest or they want to go anywhere? And if the credit is about to finish or is finished, you can always tell people. And I think hardly do we have that. So there is office phone that we provide since day one. We matter of fact, we even have two phones The other one, Mr. You've just sent it recently. And the other one, we give it to even a staff, one of the staff that do not have a phone. We give it to the person. So at Gambian Talents, we believe in sharing with our people. This is since day one. We have been doing this for the past 3 years, and every day we learn. The other thing, Mr. Juve, is people not that committed when it comes to working. Some people just come here, they just take one project and they think that is the end of videography. More especially, this goes to the videographers. Sometimes they have challenge, let's say with a mic, or they have challenge with anything. Instead of going to manager A or manager B and ask questions, they will not do that. They just feel big to discuss with the big managers. And I always say this, Musa is always here. In as much as you think you can edit, honestly, I'm telling you, you don't know nothing about editing. You don't know nothing about editing because editing
Just
have
like
different,
I
different ways.
just like I keep saying to all of us, bés boo foogee ne xam nga dara rek, jàppal ne xamaguloo dara. This is one of the challenges in Gambia. Again, we get big-headed so quick. Olof Njaay mu ne loo doonu taalibeem doo musa doon sëriñam. I manke fango fenna taalibooti inenete kela moorooti. And we need to, as individuals, be able to be patient and learn. You are here to seek knowledge. Yes, you may know the basics. A couple of months is too small for you to master any art. A year is too small for you to master any art. It's just the beginning for you. And the reason why our managers or the people we selected as managers are doing good for the most part is because they are willing to learn. Every single day, including yesterday during our meeting and after our meeting, the people that we consider the best in the institution, especially when it comes to the technical side, is Musa and Ida Kebe. Fatu just called Musa in to come and rescue her with some things. They did a project yesterday with Jaliba Kuyate. Right after we finished our meeting, they headed to Birkama around 11:30, 11:45 yesterday. They headed to Jaliba Kuyate's house. That was a learning moment for them. They learned quite a lot of things. Out in the field, we learn a lot of things. In the office and in the studio, we learn a lot of things. Some of you are growing and improving with some of the things that you're doing, but some of you are still stagnant. Let's be willing and ready to learn and learn new skills. You cannot just be used to doing one thing and you stop there. And this is one of the problems that I always say about Gambia again. And that is why we are not progressing. That is why our kotos and our grandmas stay at jobs where they are for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. They don't want to retire to give new blood and opportunity. They don't want to apply new skills. They don't want to learn new skills. They're not willing to give up for newer people to take charge. So it's important that you are willing to learn, to improve yourselves, to challenge yourselves. Just because you know how to hold the camera and you know the settings of the camera to press record and finish, that's not all. You need to learn different camera angles and shot types. You need to learn to know how to set these cameras, the different cameras. Some of you get stuck at only one camera from what we are told. You love only the Canon camera or only the Panasonic or only the 4K camera. If you don't use this camera, you are not willing to go to use any other camera because you don't want to research the other cameras. If you are editing, you just know how to edit a particular show or a vox pop. You are not willing to learn how to edit other projects, how to shoot with two cameras, how to edit two cameras, how to manage or run any audio related content. Some of you are not interested in attending certain types of events or coverages or programs. You say you are here to learn and you are restricting yourself. You say you are here to learn and you could only do a little and you get comfortable. Ikono e fa juna, ka fa juna, ebe daring, ebe sirinje, e domande ngomen londro, ya mira ya belonne. Surtout if people are complimenting you. Ya fi toj, itle jante, ye le keman bete. Nga fogna ya fi toj. You all have a long, long, long way to go. 6 months, a year is not enough to master this craft. It only gives you the basis. When we tell you that the internship is a 1 year program, yes, it is. It only gives you the basic. It only sets you up for the basics. And by the time you know those basics, the rest you have to now start to be in the real world, in the real field, and you do them and you learn. Like grown, dankan, 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 dankan. By the time like you get to that level, you need serious business. So we want to challenge people to be willing to learn and learn new skills. And that is why some of you will complain, okay, so my internship be jeex na nakala or mangi for several months. I mean, I'm not doing anything or I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that opportunity. You are not going to get opportunity. I'll be straight up and frank. We don't even have the resources to be just giving people like that. The internship is free of charge. We are not asking you for a butut or a buray, and we don't expect you to give us a buray. We are not also committed or responsible to give you a buray. But through your commitment, through your dedication, your willingness to learn, your honesty, your sincerity, your passion, and all the other things that we've said in the past, you can start to make money from the institution. Remember, I said it at the beginning, it's input that determines output, and it will continue to determine the output of the outcome of what people are getting in the institution. So Toge, every month, and I'm saying this to each of you, if you didn't know this before, I want you to know it now. If every month passes by and you don't receive a single dime or penny or dalasi or butut from Gambian talents, ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? I'm saying this very honestly today because people are here that are your colleagues that you came along with or who came after you and they are making money at the end of the month. Even if we be at 200 dañoo ñibbee kër sax, that we help them with their transportation or 500 or $1,000. I can tell you that interns here have gone home with $1,000, $3,000 interns because they have done things that warranted them to have that amount of money to be given to them. I'm being honest to you. We are not hiding anything from you guys. We want you to be responsible and take advantage of it. Learn new skills. Know how to do things. Be ready and willing to sacrifice. Be available. Be flexible as much as possible. You are young, and this is the age that you should be willing to take advantage of your lives and your situation. You may be consistent in coming. It's not only showing up to Gambian talents Monday to Friday or Saturday and Sunday, a particular time. That is not all that we are interested in. What you do while you are here is what is important. Ika menke ni nata jang. How productive you are, how much you are willing to learn, how respectful you are, your interaction with people, your passion, your dedication, your honesty. I keep repeating it again. These are the things that determine what you get here at Gambian Talents at the end of the day. And I'm not ashamed to say this, and that's why we are doing this live for the whole world to see. Whether it's from the monetary part to the other privileges, as Fatu stated earlier, the training opportunities, the opportunities to go for coverages where you will learn different things. Ask yourself, if you come and you are not included in any major projects where you will be noticed, you should ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? It's important that we make hay while the sun shines. I've said it earlier and I will repeat it again. Lord don't talibim nag don't serinyam. So learn new skills. Be willing and ready to do other things because this opportunity may not be available forever. Surtout nag yen swing sisters yi mbari musol. Ci sey ngeen a mujjee that's the bottom line. Te ku fi sey seen jëkkër yi baal bu tongololal de ku fi sey si yéen góor yi moom gaaw nañ ci dinañ taxawal seen bouton yi te kuñ ci arrêté rek mooy loolu. Of course, a lot of things like will make you not have the opportunity to do what you want to do now. So take advantage of it and learn all the skills that you can right now. By the time you move on to some other things, by the time you are married, the relationship will not prevent you from being able to continue to do what you are doing. Having kids will not be an obstacle for you to learn and do some of these things. Those natural consequences will just come up to you by default. Even if you want, it might be too late. So take advantage of the moment that you are here. You have access to computers, you have access to the internet, you have access to people who are willing to teach you, people who are doing it and they are progressing, and you can equally be at that same level. Any question, comment, or concern on that? Any question, comment, or concern on that?
Yes, Mr. Youth, it's Tijan Baji.
I'm very proud of you.
Okay, Tijan, thank you for speaking up.
Um, One thing is doubting me is about when you said we should we should learn skills and then be creative. You know, it might be doubtful to me, it might be undoubtful to my colleagues, but it's rather unfortunate understanding the first. So I will want you to buttress more when you said about learning skills. Um, how creative are we going to be as journalists? And then also, when you mean by learning and this thing, how to call it, learning new skills, what are some of the things that we are going to engage every now and then that we are going to engage on some of the things?
This will be copyright sound, so the video will be deleted. You see, I think some people are
Mhm,
live. They are hearing what
Yeah.
is happening.
mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Are you done?
just for the sake of understanding, just for the sake of understanding, especially me, I'm having certain doubts about learning the skills, and then also it will be very important when you point out certain vital things that especially the journalists and then the videographers have to be engaged in daily activities to make sure they improve their skills as much
Yes.
as we come up. Okay.
Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead till you finish. I'm sorry for.
As much as you come up in certain level of schools. Some may be graduates, some may not be graduates, and then some may find it very difficult to understand. Mr. Juf is talking about improve your skills, and then you have to be creative. Yeah, because I'm from grade 8 or like grade 9, and then I'm given the opportunity in the Gttv promotion. Especially me, I may understand how to be creative and then how to improve my skills. But one of my brother or my sister very close to me may find it very difficult, and then maybe may not be comfortable to ask you, or may not be confident to ask you, how should I be creative and what are some of the things that I should engage myself in order to be creative to improve my skills. So I will want you to be clear enough to all of
Okay,
us.
thank you for asking that question.
Thank you.
Um, I have said it at the beginning of this conversation. We are aware of the challenges that this internship program poses. We are aware of the fact that we brought people with different backgrounds. Some are school dropouts, some never went to school, some, of course, going to Arabic school or even French. Some finished high school and have been sitting home without doing much. Some went through the back way and returned voluntarily or involuntarily. And some are attending the university and other tertiary institutions. We have different levels of people here. Some are married, some are not married, some are younger than others. We are aware of all of this. Taking advantage of a situation in a positive way is very important. If Fatu is not here, for the most part, or one or two top managers, people behave anyhow they want. Sometimes folks come here at 12 when they should be here at 10 o'clock. That's cheating the system. Folks would leave at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock when their schedule that they gave us, that you gave us, should stay till 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Some are supposed to come in the evening and don't show up. Some make a schedule to say, I'll be here on Friday or on the weekend. They don't show up or at night. Typical example this past Sunday. Some of you commit to be coming on Sundays. From our yesterday meeting, we learned that only Lamin Sise was here on Sunday for the most part. I mean, I'm talking about during the day here. On other instances, most importantly, to answer your question, Some of you just come and sit down and do nothing. As long as a manager does not give you an assignment, you are nothing, you don't have anything to do. We have my weekly class that I have for the journalists. We have established or set up classes for people to attend for the videographers. People were not showing up, and as a result, Ida and Musa have to drop it. You see, we have a lot of work to do. We have an institution to run. We have information to pass on to the public, and it's very important that we focus on that. But still, with all that, we create the time to train you guys, to teach you guys, to create theory classes where people should be able to attend and learn things. In addition to that, we create different opportunities like giving you the opportunity to have shows, to brainstorm, come up with ideas. The trainings that you have, I've told you guys that every single time that you are out and about, starting from your own bedroom, you can come up with so many stories. Your own personal life, you can come up with so many projects out of that to be able to put into this work. The lives of the people that are around you, your relationship and interaction with folks, your communities, where you live, where you belong. When you are coming to the institution, the cars you get into, and we've had these meetings or these trainings where after I said this, some of you say, oh, when I was in the car, this and this happened. And I remember just the last class I had with you, it was, I mean, our show who made reference to or said the man she was in the same car with, Wajim Bokalon Moto, Bekoko the cars. Better Humel Mr. Ba, Alasan Ba, and others also came up with other initiatives to say, oh, Mom Tamit, Amna Kumtesel, Westfield, Fufus, a very voter registration with this and that. That is all part of the creativity. Did it only stop at Binjafe meeting Bobo Bentay? Bring our meeting obang an insan tema. That training Binko Jehale Bentay. That Kensian Akna to be creative, to use your skills that you have learned from that meeting. Have you advanced anything? Have you taken any step since after that day about the conversation and the new skills that you were taught? Creativity is not something Mr. Juf can teach you. We can teach you the basics and the principles of journalism, the principles of videography, give you the camera, but that creative eye and creative lens is for you to have. And you need to be able to take the initiative. Fatsamba is not here. um Musa Dahaba is here with my Maria Mafati. Can they have a conversation and discuss what can we do today? What and what have you noticed? What is happening? What are some of the things that are trending? What are some of the issues affecting the country? What can we do about it? A manager is sitting down and editing, and you are supposed to be a videographer and editor. Instead of sitting down, Zainabu sitting down with Nabia chit chatting, why can they go and sit next to the manager that is editing or the editor that is editing to learn how to do that? If a project is happening outside, can we not be part of that? Can we not sit on the computer, go on YouTube and research how to operate camera A, B, and C, or how to do this or how to do that if you are if you are a journalist? Can we not follow what bring us here rather than just sitting down, chit chatting, nekadi joe, wala nekadi watan yuni neen rek, instead of focusing on what actually should take us far and why we are here, we focus on doing the wrong things. I hope this elaboration helps you, but we hate to see it. We cannot force any of you, but it has come to our desk and it always comes. Yen ñi talk di waxtaan and kabudu or talk lemsa tankai ke bulo la nyokang, and you are not doing anything when you should be productive. It comes to our desk. Duñ leen force nak because I am mag ngeen. This is not a place where we will be taking sticks di leen door every suba o ku defu dara ñu ñëw mbéj la ke tulo tey ke tamo tey haninte mo tamo tey la jang. But we will continue to remind you in a very civilized way. If you take advantage of it, you will see success. You will see opportunities come your way. And like I said, observe yourself, whether it has to do with money, whether it has to do with opportunities to be going for trainings, to be leading projects, to be employed. These are all different things. And you can be here a couple of months and supposedly get employed. You can be here for a whole year or two. Just observe and look at yourself. What are you doing differently? I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Mr.
Any
Juf.
other
But
any other question? Okay, go ahead.
you have answered my question. But the weak cannot be left behind. So, in order for us to be improving ourselves, I think there are certain criteria that one have to lay down in order to address those weakening points. What I mean exactly is all of us are in this institution, but we have diverging understanding of how to do things at the right manner. Okay, most of some of the students that may not understand what you mean. I think there should be an equipped criteria for them to understand exactly what bring them here. What I mean is, if they are not willing to understand what brought them here, I think the institution should lay down certain things that will take them to understand what bring them here, in order not to obstruct the other ones that are willing to learn. Because some might come and they might not be interested on what they bring, on what bring them here, and they will be doing certain things which is out of the context. So if there will be opportunity, or there will be certain certain ways in order to bring them to book, or if they are not willing to, there are certain things that you can put across on the board to show those students that if they are not willing to learn, or they are not willing to do A or B, then this is not the right place for them. Because the
Thank
reason
you.
why we are organized as an institution
Mhm,
is to take out certain things that have been in our brain, in order
mhm.
to advance, in order to improve in all
Thank you.
ways.
Thank you very much, Tijan. And I think that is exactly what we are doing. From the time that you guys choose to come to Gambian Talent, you go through an interview process, a shortlisting process, interview process, orientation, and during this orientation, you are given a bunch of paperwork. And this paperwork includes our policy and procedures that has all these things we are talking about. The expectations. I come in the orientation and break it down for you. We have our lawyer come in and break down some of these things for you from the legal perspective, or we break it down for you ourselves and tell you the ramifications of not following through with what you have agreed to, or not fulfilling your promise. But most importantly, as you stated, right now we are not kidding about this. We want people to know that this is an institution and folks should take it seriously. And those that are not serious and are doing certain things are being taken out. I think last week you guys saw that I deleted over 10 people from our WhatsApp and Messenger group. Didn't you see that? Didn't you see me delete about 10 of your colleagues out of this? So if you are not serious, you are not committed, obviously we are going to take you out and bring some new people. It's not an institution where we are going to be babysitting people. You guys are not kids. We are not going to babysit anybody. So the fact that we can take people out, I think that's enough disciplinary action to show folks that, well, what we mean business here. And we are going to continue to do this. We are going to continue to engage people and give them the chance and the opportunity to grow and know what brings you here. We don't just want to be saying lip service. You may think that the NN managers see they are fools, or they are not observing, or they don't know. Believe it or not, Fatu is not here a lot of times. You guys know that, right? Right? So who do you think tell us about what you are doing, or some of these things that we are talking about? Who do you think is telling us?
He asked a question.
Nabia, Nabia, who is telling us that?
Mr. Juve is the manager that used to be around always.
Okay. Mariama Fati, what do you think? Who is telling us some of these things we are talking about?
The other managers when Fatu is not around.
Okay. So you guys are right. So if you think they are not observing, if they tell you something, you don't do it, and the like, they are observing. And everything you have is as a result of what they say. For the most part, we have called some of you to talk to you based on experiences that you have with the other managers. You defy them, they tell you to do A, you said, no, I'm going to do B, or you decide to do what you want. So ñoom ñoo leen a recommend, ñoo leen mun a defar, ñoo leen mun a yaaxa, because they are the ones observing. So their input is very important. And I only hope that you realize it sooner than later. So it's not a place where we are here to joke or to kaburu or to just come haramadem jendi ebe Westfield or ma ñëw taxaw waxtaan with somebody ka kacha drong. No. Take advantage of situations. If you have any challenges, any problems, any issues, let us know and we try to see how we can fix it. Some of you have raised concerns here before and we have taken care of those concerns. Just last meeting, I had Musa Dahaba said that he had a concern with his news, that when he reads his news, that it's not uh, um, edited or aired, and we decided to come up with solutions, which is to do it live. And since then, we've seen him doing it live. Some of you raise your concern about the press cards that you want. I am aware of the fact that it has not been finished, but I've seen Fatu posted this on the group and told you guys last week Monday to come and take pictures so that your press cards will be made. From our meeting yesterday, I learned that only 3 people showed up to take pictures that Monday. And you are the same people who said to us that, well, how comes we don't have our press cards? Where are our press cards? This and that. I take every single feedback you guys say seriously. And when you said it, I gave that order that day to say to Fatu that these press cards should be made before the end of the week. And as a result, they came up with the project to say that people should show up to take pictures so that they can have their press cards. So yen su ngeen complain ne wax ne da ngeen bëgg a press card, then ikali na natalol ta pour a press card dadale, and only 3 people showed up out of 30 something, 40 something people. What signal does that send? Did you guys want to say that you don't? Do you want to say that you didn't see that message either on the messenger or WhatsApp group? Did any of you follow up after that to come and take pictures? Did any of you give an excuse as to why you couldn't make it and follow up to say, hey, well, I saw that you posted a message on the group? And I know before the end of this meeting, I was expecting it, and that's why I will not even let it come up. I know one of you might have raised it to say, Mr. Juf, we talk about our press cards and we still don't have press cards. How do we reconcile that? Those of you that are sitting down, who has a press card here? Your name?
Mariama Bifati, I'm having.
Okay. Zainabu has a press card. Okay.
Nabia.
Aminata Dabo.
Musa Dahaba. Seku Sayo. ML Mane.
Bintu Singate, I have it.
Maimuna Jaju. Amidiba.
All right. So, okay, Fatu Kurbari. All right. All the ones, all the people that do not have it, you can just link with me immediately from here. We do it. But one thing, Mr. Juve, I want to add is young people. Let them know that it's not easy. Even for us, we're still learning. Some of us, 4 o'clock, like Mr. Juve said, we want to do 5 o'clock job. Yesterday, I was in this office until 11 o'clock. And my father have to call me and say, "Ah, hanate namuloma nagdego masa call or whatsoever." I also have a family. So just like any of us, we all have family. But if you want to learn, you have to be willing to sacrifice. Some of you are doing your journalism course 1 year. Gambian Talents give you. I've been working with Unique FM, Lamin Manga. Nabia is my weakness. I met with Lamin Manga together with Nabia. Lamin was in a car. We were going to the police station, Banyul headquarters. He have to drop from his car and come to me and tap my back. Fatu, you're doing very well. I am so proud of you. And 3 years I've been doing internship. 3 years I've been doing my Beyond the Line at Unique FM. 3 good years. And I am on camera and we are live. Lamin Manga have never paid me a dollar. Not even transportation for me to go to even work. Being at Dallas. I work from my house. Then I used to stay around Serekunda. From Serekunda to Bakau. Every other time that I am doing my show. Even Tobaski Korite, his own staff will believe that it is holiday. They will not work. Me, Tobaski, my program, my own program. Masolo Bama Nice, Madam Madam Suma program. And imagine what that bring to me. I won the best presenter of the year in 2000 and I think 2011. I won the best presenter of the year at Unique FM. I had prize given to me by Treasure Kumadafe of Treasure the Closet and Beyond. A dress that I've never worn or have never seen in my life. 15,000 is the cost of that dress. And she ended up giving me another 15,000 that I end up paying for my inside training course that I did. So journalism is all about you sacrificing. If you do not sacrifice, you will not have anything. If you think journalism is comfort, so many people will see me on air every day. Some of us, we are here. How many people can go live without Musa, without Ida? Here we are, and I want people to be honest, and I will say this: you use mixer, because now we don't just use mic direct and then we go live. We use mixer, we regulate our audios, we go to program. You see us night coverage, we go there, we take our long cable mic, we fix it there, and they say XLR is not going. Okay, you change. Some of you, do we know what is XLR? Some of us, do we know what is pin mic? Some of us, do we know that mic can be mono, can be stereo? Do we know we can regulate that on the camera? Even me as journalist, I know all of this. Even if I don't see Ida or Musa, I can go and do it for myself. But some of us are here. When we say, like I am answering your question, Tijan, saying that we training people how to be productive, how to be creative, and all that. Like Mr. You said, nobody can train you all of this. For me, certain times I am sitting here. Some people are seeing me holding the bag, but sometimes I am behind the camera helping Fatu, what is her son name? Sanyang. And I am not a videographer. I did not study any videography class. But sometimes I hear Mr. Juf talking to Ida. I go and sit there. Mr. Juf will say, Ida, no, there's a image. It's not good. You didn't take close up. You see Ida filming. Mutera besi suf. Sometimes I am doing journalism like suma magbu jigéen dafa jóge holiday ñëw America la jóge mu ne dama la dee gis sometimes yaa ngi def reporting sa tànka yi mu ngi mbooyo ma ne yow yaa tal tànka bu mbooyo man maa ngi dem programme maa ngi dégg ne foofu lifin moo fa am protest maa ngi xalaat ban caméra laay yóbbu maa ngi xalaat ban mic laay yóbbu maa ngi xalaat man suma own life maa ngi si digg nit yoo xam ne ñu ngi jamante protest yi Gunjur bi I went with some of you you see me going to the people ñuy protest because maa ngi bugg a romba ñu ngi dem ak suñ moto gars yi nanguñ benn moto mu romba I have to go góor bi ma koo def ni bro baalal ñu please should I do that? Some of you, if you sit in this office and you are not going with us, you will not learn anything. Some of you 9 to 5. Some people, even if it is 6 o'clock and then they just tell us, okay, there is a coverage because Mr. Judaf they told them, mine they gonna protest I'm not plus A or I'm not plus B. Sometimes you tell people, sis as in you frowns and face. As young people, yo young janga. Lagi sisa si koko mu stress kanamam. Be yo sa bopa sa nga buga anda koko yo do nyeme. Because journalism stress su si boke nga buga dem di liggéey man sometimes I have balaa maa génn si office bi maa ngi stress ba bu ko dee waaye su ma demee dugga si biir fil bi dama dee happy be ay daf ma dee waa xanaa de yow yaa stress léegi balaa ngeen naa dem yaa ngi wane ne programme bi lii yaa ngi ko bugga léeg yaa ngi ko bugga loolu noonu yëpp amut or whatsoever but at the end of the day I end up going and I do it very right ñi di su ma gisee si internet bi some people will even call and say xanaa yow doo dee stress I say dama dee stress but liggéey bi àndut ak stress si fil bi dama dem ak suma caméraman Moussa ñu ngi film Moussa dafa am jabar te Moussa góor la mu ngi fii ma fil ne Moussa dafa bëgg a daanu ma jël suma loxo yi nii ma taka Moussa ndigam bi ma téye ko ku bum daanu some of you if you are not going with us for coverage will you know that soo àndee sa cameraman da nga war a nekk ak moom good partners some of us we are here 2 o'clock suy tëgga nga gis ñiti ñeneen sa suñ dee ñibbi den ma dee nëbbu suma office bi is right here si desk bi next to the secretary dama dee gis ñiti suñ dee ñibbi and I would laugh sometimes ma toog ma ne gars yi xoolal kii mu ngi ñibbi and gars yi ñu ne xay naka nga xamee mu ngi ñibbi ma ne leen xool leen su ma ne diw turam rek diw mu gaawalantu mu dem
Yeah,
so
so
this
these are the things,
sacrifice Mr.
Fatu,
Diouf is
what?
here bu dee nelaw some people will ask right now America ñoom ñu ngi si guddi dafa war a nelaw mu ngi amee family but yéen a ngi dégg mu ngi dog nelawam bi mu ngi toog mu ngi adresse I think we are the only media house te Omar Wale wax na ko Fatu Network mu ngi fi ñëwoon di doon jàngal people and I refer people back to the page mi ne this is the first time moom ñu invite ko si institution ne trainal suñ staff yi naka leen dee defee journalism other people are busy making money I just received a call somebody ku bugga ku ñu def ak moom advertisement mun naa rooma leen yéen ñëpp ma daw ma dem wax ak kooku because it's advertisement some media houses man liggéey naa GRTS liggéey naa Paradise liggéey naa Teranga FM liggéey naa naka lañ ko defee Star FM. I work for all of these people. Musuma quit any place. Te suma demee every day musuma miss benn show. Every day I go. Bañ naa ko ba I think I have been with some people at the radio. Kadi Touré su fi nekkee dina nekk an attest to that. Ànd naa ñoom si radio bi ma jox leen naka la radio bi ñoom ñu def ko man maa de mixal suma bopp si radio soo déggee suma tur suma baat bi and everything maa ko de mixal suma bopp. Nobody do it for me and I have never learned that te Gambian Talents amul radio. Radio bu ma dem ma gis gaay ñu ko def ma ne leen kaa leen jàngal leen ma. So I want young people ñu sacrifice. Mr. Diouf dafa dog nelawam dañu jox question sometimes yéen da ngeen di dégg ma ne leen Mr. Diouf mu ngi nelaw ngeen dégg muy xandoor benn bés ma ko da nga xandoor mu ne déedéet loolu amut si meeting bi ma ne leen bàyyi leen dama ko record am na amut du am fii and immediately after meeting bi mu nekk di nelaw ma record ko ñu toog ñu amati meeting di other time ma ne ko Mr. Diouf da nga doon xandoor mu ne déedéet moom xandoor moom dafa just nelaw ma ne ko okay no problem I play it dafa ree ba bugg a dee so if we are sacrificing why not you people and Mr. Diouf lu mu ko wax ñun ñu bari fu mu nekk amuñ jëkkër me I don't have a husband now so yéen a yi si yéen you don't have any husband you don't have anything sacrifice léegi nga mun a liggéey soo starté di am doom soo starté di am jëkkër di nga bugg a ñëw liggéey sax doo ko mun because ida sa gorom ne la defalal ma di or whatsoever and da nga am role to play you have to do it right now nga war a make commitment 1 year jàngalul kenn journalism ñoom ayda ñu ngi si university 4 years ñun dem nañ study ñu dem jàngal journalism kenn du jàngal journalism 1 year nga am ko complete all of us.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
I am learning.
Thank you. So this is input that determines output. Fatu is focused, I would say, journalism. This is not only journalism. In this life, if you don't sacrifice, you don't have anything. It's not just the comfortable part, the nice part, the glamour and the glitter. You must be willing and ready to sacrifice, to adjust yourself, to understand in life is either you do this or you do that. So family may not be able to tell you everything. They may need to understand that you are learning, that you are trying to make it in life or go some places. We understand some of you have a challenge. You need to cook, you need to clean, you need to do this at home or whatsoever. But this is also important for you and your life. Because if you are here and you are not making any money or you are not making any much progress, Moilolo. So in life, you have to be willing and ready to sacrifice. Mohamed Mbaye Garmi is coming from Senegal. He will be here with you guys and he will tell you his testimony. He just spent 3 years or 4 years learning journalism in Dakar. He just graduated and sent me his certificate last week. As we speak, 3 of the biggest platforms in Senegal are following Garmi, and I am in consultation with him and them. Senegal is one of them. What is the other one he just sent me yesterday? In fact, let me look at that one he just sent me yesterday. He this other institution called Feeling Dakar. They are after him. They want him to go work with them. We are in close consultation and trying to see how best we can make it happen. The internship he's having at Gambian Talents, his colleagues paid for this internship in Senegal, and they didn't learn anything. He has a lot of opportunities because of the internship that he's doing from Gambian Talents. He's still doing reporting. You see him and you see the mic flag of Gambian Talents at the events that are happening in Dakar, in Senegal. He goes out in the field, and this is the only way out. There's no secret, there's no shortcut, whether as videographer or journalist. Talk, delegate, when you are supposed to be focusing on your camera, when you are supposed to be looking at your image, when you are supposed to be listening to your audio on the headphone to see how it is sounding, when you are supposed to be monitoring your output and how people are feeling, whether you have sound, whether you don't have sound, whether your image is dark, is overexposed. These are all different things that you need to know, and a lot of you are not paying attention to. Thank you, Tijan. Next point, Afatu, or if somebody has a question, comment, or concern on what we have already said.
All right. The next pointer is videographers doing video and saying that they will be sitting down. That's what is the next pointer from managers.
I just mentioned that whether it is sitting down, whether it is being on your phone, we have seen it. Again, managers observe and they see what you're doing, whether it's in the office or out in the field. You go there and you go with your phone, You are there texting. You are there snapping. You are there trying to take a selfie or a picture or a photo up with a guest. If we are in the office or out in the public running a political show or entertainment show, is Jizzle concert, you want to have a picture with Jizzle and you are so obsessed with that, daf la jaral nga bàyyi sa caméra bi ak suñ gadget yi yëpp fi mu nekk just to go have that photo up to say today I covered this event. Or you are sitting down to do work. This is not lazy work. Both journalism and videography, all of the things you are doing is not work that you should be sitting down for the most part, especially for the videographers. Like that's suicidal because you are supposed to, so much is put into these projects. Sometimes it is paid, sometimes it is stuff that our own projects. Whatever the case is, you are going to cover um Kunun B, or you are going to cover Semester Avenue or Celeb Creep or any project that so much effort is spent on. Or Musa Dahaba is shooting his news and you are watching the news, and at the end of the day, his audio is aesthetic. Just yesterday, I was watching Mohammed. No, not Game. Is not what Musa Jines Lamba program, the wrestling context that he went to do. Whoever shot it, the audio was not working. What was that camera person doing? We allow you to learn and make mistakes. But if this was a program that we are paid for, we can be sued. That audio was not good at all. I wasn't the one who was even watching this. It was my mom who was interested in it, and I played it for her in the big camera. She likes to watch Lamba or wrestling. Nyoboringo. When we played it, the audio was aesthetic. The audio was so flat, you can barely hear what they're saying. Even somebody guy the Tegasak and the like, you can barely mungi melni iPod nga dega. Instead of hearing sabar, it was noise that you were hearing. It was noise that you were hearing. When Musa Jinne was talking and them, you could hear how it is. How comes the camera person did not figure that out for a whole 2 hours or 3 hours coverage? What was the camera person doing? So you are supposed to be having your headphone in your ears and be listening to your audio and monitoring it. You are supposed to be standing there and looking at it and not be cutting any images. You are supposed to be standing. Videography does not come with sitting down. Unfortunately, whether you are a female nak or a male, yes, you may take a break. If you have a 2, 3 hours, 4 hours program you are doing, we can exchange. You can take a break here and there just to relax if you need to. But for the most part, you have to be able to sacrifice. People do this and make 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours coverages. It's Gambia, unfortunately, we have 6 hour coverages. It's unfortunate, but that is the reality. If it finds you in the field, you must be willing to do it. So Komunta def nag whilst you are learning at Gambian Talents, be assured that wherever you go, you will not do the same, you will not do it there. And these are the things that would be expected of you. Te soko defut sa liggéey du baax. Te su liggéey bi baaxut, you cannot expect to be making money. Some of you can be here and even asked to be paid, thousands of dollars when you are working less than your work and discipline is less than $500. Whether you are an intern or staff or whatsoever, what you do out in the field is very important. The money that your work ak xaalis bi moo indi si institution bi dafa am solo ngeen def liggéey bu rafet nag moo laa mun a jox lii kaddu ku ñi maake wo doon ne si ñin diinoo la. So I hope that moving on, we will not be having journalists or videographers that will be out in the field and complaining them bena ñaar okay dama sona te da di nelaw te yaa ngi war a liggéey wala di def photo op or any unethical stuff. There are certain things that are just not ethical. And because you see people in other media houses doing it, doesn't mean you should do it. A lot of people don't care. We care. We care. We care. Just yesterday, 2 days ago, and I said this to the managers yesterday, somebody who opened a new platform that has been putting in so much money and investing into equipment and stuff, called me and was giving complaint about his staff and people that are working for him, how much money he spent. He's here in America struggling, he's doing this, doing that, and how unserious his people are, and he's asking me what are the secrets to the things I do. I told him, well, I have trainings with my staff and interns, and I have a frank conversation with them. I said, cut your sleep. Damajok 2 o'clock. And he was laughing. He said he's very busy. I said, well, then you will not achieve what I'm achieving. Right now it's 5:18 a.m. here. I cut my sleep since 2:30 just to be in this meeting. I engage you guys, I train you, and we engage you, and we try to be productive. So let's try to be serious and be committed and be willing to sacrifice. We are young people, and Sukopai Agmeri Munedef. I see no reason why you guys cannot do it. And if you want to make it at Gambian Talents, if you want to be the Fat Samba of Gambian Talents, if you want to be the Ida Kebe of Gambian Talents, if you want to be the Musa Jata of Gambian Talents, I will tell you outright, you must do what they are willing to do. There's no shortcut. Foog nga pare pour def li ñoo def. Foog nga pare pour sacrifice. Foog nga pare pour be flexible. Foog nga pare pour change your attitude. Be willing to be there. Be honest. Be genuine and be sincere. Fatu, next question, comment or concern from any of you about what I've just said.
Question, comment, or concern, you can speak up. Feel
on
free.
What I just said. Yeah, Sheikh. By the way, I want to tell you guys that I am very proud of him. I am very proud of Sheriff. He is very consistent. In case you guys don't know, he came and he is very disciplined. He doesn't talk a lot, very committed. He is an Arabic student. And because I realize his skill, if you guys don't know, he is currently teaching Arabic classes to some students in America. An opportunity I created for him every Sunday and I think Monday. Very consistent and very professional. And I got a lot of positive feedback from his students. It can open several doors for him. I am just busy, but I see a lot of potentials with him. He doesn't talk a lot, but he delivers. You see me teasing him and calling him Ya Sheikh. So all of you may have other skills or certain things that you came up with. If I didn't know what he does, if we didn't have the conversation, if he didn't initiate certain things and sacrifice and was reading his Quran during the Ramadan and doing the things he was doing, he wouldn't have this opportunity. So even the little skills that you guys have that you brought along at Gambian Talents can benefit you. I just talked to one of you guys the other day who told me that, oh, they're doing graphic design, they are a professional graphic designer, this and that whatsoever. If the person is committed and a lot more serious with it, it can go places and it's something that can be utilized to benefit him, both locally and internationally. We are here to help you create the opportunities, even from what you know. One like Ida Kebe is doing her own business, and she advertises it on Gambian Talent. She get all kinds of customers and patronages from her eye beads. We encourage her, we empower her, we create the opportunity. I buy beads for Ida from here. Just yesterday, we had a meeting. I bought a brand new pair of shoes for Musa. We were having a meeting and I was like, what is Musa's shoe size? And Ida was like, oh, yo, Mr. Jufio Jigen, Gori, rek nga de jëndal. I'm just saying some of these extra opportunities that could come your way. You have to be willing and ready to sacrifice. Fatu told you guys that she left at 11 yesterday. She's right. I was having a meeting with her and Sanyang and Ida and them, and briefing on certain things that were happening. I bought a brand new pair of shoes for Musa yesterday. He deserves it. He works for it. Adam Asau, just last month, had a pair of shoes. Sanyang, all of them. This is why we are a family. You want to have some of these things, you need to be ready and willing to sacrifice. Some of you even would say, I want to talk to Mr. Juf whilst we are having a meeting like this. Sumaneke again si telephone bi Doc Sumanelawi for 2-3 hours having a meeting with you guys. By the time I finish this meeting, you say, I want to talk to you, Mr. Juf. I said, no, I cannot talk to you right now. Can we wait till I wake up? By the time I wake up and call the office, the person is gone home. That meeting never takes place. It never takes place. We need to be ready and willing to sacrifice. Yeah, Sheikh.
Yes. Um, the only thing I wanted to say, I want to raise this concern since last meeting, but today I want to voice it out. It's the issue of the toilet here. The door, the door is not normal, and I've been seeing it. People just sometimes will enter inside without. They will forget. Nobody is perfect, although you have to knock before entering. But I think if the door is normal, when you come, you cannot just enter like that. You must knock the door. So it can happen between us here. It will not be a problem. But let's say if you have a guest inside there and the guest happen to go to the toilet, so one intern just go there and forget to knock the door, enter instant. What would they say? And this institution, I think it teaches ethics and some other things. So that is my concern. I know that it is money. It requires a money to make the door, but it's a concern.
So, Mr. Do you
A
want me
concern.
to say something before Mr. Ju,
Yes.
can I answer the question and later you can elaborate?
Go ahead.
Sharif, I think that's a good one. But all I want to say is, since we came to this office, I think it's not less than 2 years. We have made that door more than 6 times. More than 6 times. I remember the last time that we fixed it when Saul was here. He's the one that even gave us that idea. um, doors like this are very expensive to make. Very expensive. When I asked, it was 6,500, and the lock was not even part of it. If you look at that door, just put your hand just like this one. This is what Red Cross or the people that own it. This is what they put it. What is this? Please just show me this. Lila la, leak la. Yeah, you understand? So people will realize that another person is inside, and then they forcefully do it. So we personally, I said, I am tired of making the door every day. Before we would have like some of you are here, the old people, I mean, the old people that are here. If you go to the toilet, the sink, since we came to this office more than 20 times, I remember calling Line Jai to come and fix it. It was recently that when Danjo came, Danjo fixed the toilet. I don't know whether you have seen it. He even videoed it and posted on the page. People eat rice mu des ndesiti maalo bi ñu dugal ko si biir sink bi and sink bi end up not going. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. I personally told Danjo, put the video on the page so that everybody can see it. Is that nice? And when Danjo put his hand and bring the water to me and show me what he found there, money, everything was inside. Yesterday, Maimuna, and I want to give you the mic and I want you to be honest and say what exactly you have seen there. And you came to show me, and what did I tell you? Just tell everybody.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Like, yeah. Dama dugon si wanag bi so luma fa fekkon moy comme I morso lañ dugalon si ndox dañ ko depon sa si lifin bi naka la sax sa si siwo yu nekk foofu siwo mayonnaise yi dañ ko depon ba mu commencé di xeeñ man comme like dama ko def nii sax dama fogoon ne comme daanaka xeeñ bi daal dama fogoon ne mems la sax after si laa ko def ni ma ne antifaru lii lan la after mu ne ma ah fo naa comme am na ku doon pompa ba pare comme lifinul morceau bi daal mu bàyyi ko foofu noonu ba affaire bi commencé di xeeñ after ma ne antifaatu xaaral ma génne ko si laa ko génnee daal so comme like ñu dee fompa daal comme soo fompee teebul ba pare xam nga morceau yu ndaw yi loolu moo dafa yombali daf ko mun nga koo wàññi after nga lifin ko nga génne ko foofu parce que soo ko defee foofu dafa xeeñ comme ma foogoon ne sax mens la sax after ma ñëw wonal ko antifaatu xam nga loolu moom nice
Things like it's very difficult. Go to the entire toilet. Sometimes you see people, the door was, the key. I have to keep the key, and either it's my weakness, and even Mr. Juf is on the line. We had a key that we use to just close the door. Anytime people want to go to the toilet, they have to come to me for me to give them the key. But when A use it, A come and just put it on my desk. For instance, I'm not here. Another person come and use it. The door, the lock, they lock it and then they spoil it and nobody know. There was a Sunday that the office was not locked. I think the same Maimuna was here when the office door was spoiled. I have to be at my house. They have to call me and say I have to come to the office for us to fix it. We are even going to a coverage, and that's the time Sanyang call me and say bunta bi dafa yaw, the main bunta, the main entrance. Imagine our office door was actually spoiled. We have to bring the guy to come and make it. The guy make it less than a minute. It was spoiled again with the same guy because original lock is not available. So every other day, this institution, we have nobody funding it. Do they even talk? People are watching. Ma talk, ma gis nit mi ne we are proud of Gambian tane am bena $100 bi or bena $5 or bena $25. We don't see that. Mr. Diouf moo de yónni xaalis every other month. So imagine nga war a lii te Red Cross ñoom ñoo ñu jox bunta bi. Lii gars seen personal dollar. So ñun suñu waree génn fii dañ leen war a oo ku ñu wax leen. Do you know that weer bu nekk si perang bi fële ne la dafa yaaxu fi ngeen di teg seen baagi weer bu dee year office bi. Do you know that? Some of you don't know. Dama am ku jël naka la board bi blackboard bu dee use whiteboard bi ma def ko si palanteer bi weer bi dañ ko touch. Weer
So,
bi dañ
so, 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 so we will make a concerted effort to have
so
it fixed again.
no, because it was fixed.
Mhm.
I even have to
No,
fix it. We make it local. We put there one hang. Anytime you get in, you just hang it. But even that is spoiled. I will call somebody immediately from this meeting, and then I will make sure it will be fixed. But it
yeah,
will be very. All have to pay attention.
yeah. So that's exactly what I was about to say. Fatu is very right. Yeah, Sheikh, about the concerns. I have remember it coming up in our meetings over and over. Young people are not easy to deal with, honestly. And we all need to be honest to ourselves to know that, okay, imagine how many of you are sitting down here today. It's very important that we pay attention to these things. It's very important that you accommodate each other. Suki use dara, use it as if it's yours. When you clean, clean good. When you use a toilet, after you finish, don't just walk away and leave it messy or messed up. You are very right. We can have guests. Why should the guests be the reason why we fix our toilet door? Ñun ñëpp ñoo war a xam ne dañ nekk di use bunt am toilet bi mbele ñantaaloon na, and let us be decent in the way we use it, in the way we utilize it. Remember luñ fi yaaxa rek ñu ngee yaaxal ñeneen, people that are coming in the future. And to tell you the truth, sometimes my managers get very frustrated and they'll tell me outright, Mr. Juf, it's easy for you to tell us these theories. You are not here on the ground. We are the ones here, and the young people are very hard and difficult to deal with. We get really frustrated addressing different things. Any other question, comment, or concern? Or Fatu, let's just exhaust, the thing, and then we open up the floor to the other concerns. Thank you for bringing that up, Ya Sheikh. Fatu, take care of it as soon as possible. This is what we expect when we have the meetings. It's not only for us to talk. When you say concerns, we want to fix them. Whatever is fixable. But sometimes there are certain things that we fix one time, two times, three times, four times, and we continue to fix them. They continue to come up. Next point, Tafatu.
The next point that I would like to raise is the people that are doing video. We realize that some people, whenever interns tell them that I want you to film my show or to video for me, you will tell them, no, man, bobu munumako. Here is not for people to pick and choose who to video and who not to video. Even if the person's video is not, even if the person is not a good journalist, you should go and do it. That's your work. You should not determine A, more video or B, more video. And journalists as well, anytime you want people also to video for you, you have to communicate with them. Let's say, for instance, Amidiba is here in the morning till 4 o'clock and 5 she have to go. You just come and say, I'm over them definitely Semester Avenue Airport. So Amidiba, I'm going female. And you just came 2 o'clock. Maybe añ nga sa kër, ndéwo nga sa kër, na moom mbuuroo batala leka, just like man mbuuroo batala leka. So yow xamuloo kooku lan la toogee whole day nga bëgg a yóbbuwati kooku Semester Avenue du ñib si ba 8 o'clock. Is that fair? And at the end of the day, yow soo paree yow as the journalist da ngaa toog rek jël sa baag rek nga continuer doo even ñëwaat si office bi ku ngeen bina project bi. So ami moom videographer bi moo war a bina project bi, moom moo war a realize ne project bi copy nañ ko. So moo tax su ñëwee mu ngi soona dafa just rek jël rek bina ko. Even sometimes copy bi sax du ko copy the right way, not because bugut ko copy the right way, but because dafa soona. So your projects tell leen ko wax. And the other thing is the people that have to go for live video in the studio. You don't go and sit nga dem nga research ba pare nga ñëw nga ne studio bi Lamin recordal ma Lamin nen dem live. No, live daf dee take time. Démba ñun more than 5 times we were live. Maymuna, is that true or false? Internet bi di dem down. Sometimes nga dem ba fix battery bi ku dugal ko nga fix everything sa gadgets yëpp a ngi ok kadi démba loolu moo ñu dal si programme am bi you were there. Lamin dafa am ko sona man moo xam ne nefuma videographe maa am ko fixal leen mic bi brand new mic boo xam ne barki démba use nañ ko kenn use de man maa ko use maa ko tëj kenn tëju ko ñu dugalaat mic bi dugalaat ko on ko demut ñu indi batterie bu ees demut so if you sit 30 minutes before your program nga ñëw nga nekk naka vidéo la kay shootal ma it's not how it goes studio bi danga ko am ku set up su dee nii la dee toogee let's say Fatou su dee def show fii la dee toog yow sooy def show demal nga creative nga indi beneen tuugu nga toog mel ni tuugu moo nekk si office bi soo leen xoolee suñ biir Gambie every day danga lay gis different setting one pack indi nañ ko last week ngeen gis ñu dem jël naka lal bi leen jël ñu dem teg ko si biir studio ñu def suñ show di xaataay it's creativity ak ñeneen ñu ne tey moom one pack lal nga ko tegal mu ma koolaat démba mi ne yaayam dafa ñëw si studio bi because ñu ngi happy so do your work and do it right seen video yi ngeen a def let nobody talk di leen fixal studio yow as videographer bi dama nga xool journalist naka journalist bi so videographer bi suy set dama nga toog fa nga xool daf ko motivate man ku ma fixal anything dama dee toog ma xool la so Mr. Diouf that's what I want us to elaborate on.
It comes back to what I said earlier. Lodon Talibem Dodon Serinyam. Videography, journalism, media work is all about creativity and teamwork. And Tayal Dukoyobu. Most of you are focused on the wrong thing, which is okay, suma guest be ban guest like am. If you are having a guest and you don't do proper research, if you are having a guest and nga focus is a sansebi and how you are going to look, and you don't fix your audio, you will have that guest and it will be done and the show would not be done right. You don't just wait till 10 minutes before your time, you come. Any production you see, the behind the scenes, the pre-production and post-production is where you have the biggest challenge. It's easy to just sit on air and do what you need to do. That is not where the problem is. The problem is what you do prior to getting there. And it's important that we all learn to do this and we do it and do it right. Let's sacrifice. Let's be ready to work together as a team to make sure at the end of the day, we achieve what we want to achieve as a team, but not just leaving it to one person to do it. Let videographers learn how to do all of these things from A to Z. Again, I want you to write it down. Input determines output. The more you know, the more advantageous or the better for you at Gambian Talents. The more skills you have, the more advantageous it is for you. The more chances you stand of having opportunities, including employment, including promotion, including the money that you make. It is input that determines output, and I would not be ashamed to tell you. I can bring you on board to say, hey, I want to, or we think that you are a good fit. We want to try you. And I will say try because all the times you use the word agum, right? You hear us using the word agum, which means so far with what you are doing, we are impressed with you. I'm saying this because we have brought people before and we offer them to pay them thousands of dollars and at the end of the day, they don't deliver. So I can bring you on board and we can agree to bring you and say we will offer you 500 a month. That's not a productivity. If you are productive, based on how much what you are bringing to the table, you can make thousands. That 500 can turn to be thousands. But you all are this at the end of the day. So you need to be creative. It's not only new recta how tia camera rec shoot, fix mic, and that is it. That's not all. You need to be the one to be creative and you need to be patient. And we work together as a team with both videographers and journalists. Any question, comment, or concern on that?
The other one is Mr. You've about the issue of stealing. It has come to our notice that people are stealing. People are opening people's back to check what other people are having when it comes to salary wise. It's undone. People are people's salary. Whatever any. Okay.
Let me just come in there. And I want to say this loud and clear. Yenang madigal be moy kan. Xam ngeen di saying that the Wolof says ku dee si marché yaa tàggee sa bopp. Mo même fata marché oto itle fankankula. Allah ta wolale. So the worst thing that any of you can do nak moy nga neka di def some of these things, and that hurts my feelings. Ma fàttali leen ne si media house ngeen nekka. Albert Karangola wala do wala media house leto. Xam ngeen loolu, right? Albe wolon. Barki Demba or last week, I interviewed Zanu Mendy about this young lady, Mam Tuti, who allegedly scammed Bright Stars Entertainment about coming to America. Right? Did any of you see that interview? Okay. If you don't see it, we don't condone these things. We don't support people to be stealing and tapalaying and judging and lying. And we will expose you to the wall. And we will prosecute you and take charges, press charges against you. It has become evident, Nak. Even yesterday, when I was meeting with Ida and Fatu and them, Ida said it. Her $900 was stolen not long ago. Different people here have complained about it. Sacha, Nak, is the worst thing that you can include as part of it. Sacha is the worst thing that you can include as part of it. We've had the webcams, security cameras. I told Fatu, let's trust people and make sure that they act decent. Barki Demba, my colleague Mo Black of Plaster Inc. posted a video. And Fatu, you can go to Mo Black's page and show them at his restaurant when this young person came in there and was trying to steal. He stole indeed. He walked away with cell phones and stuff. He was caught on camera.
Yeah,
There's nothing more embarrassing than this. Pull it and show it to them. Go to Mohammed Bob's page and you show them.
Yeah, I saw it at Auntie Yasin. I'm not friends with Mo on my.
So the worst thing you can do is becoming a thief. I Sacha. Especially females.
My link request.
It's not okay. It's not okay for us to be doing certain things. It is not fun. It's not okay. It's not honesty. Nekut lo hamne lu nit wara def la. It's just not right. And I want to encourage all of you. I just sent it to the Buga Gambia. You can show it to them. The videos are right there.
Bugagame is not with me. You can send it to management, then let me check it from there, or the general page.
Okay.
Okay.
I am just sending it to that general page so that all of you can see it and know. This is not a joke. If you think it is, you are embarrassing yourself. Sachanak is the worst thing that you can do. Sacha Sunyaro is the worst thing that you can do. Because when you are caught, you cannot explain it. You cannot be trusted again.
So please imagine you do a whole interview. This music, our country is not seen no. So let's put our silence and we would give it to you. You see it, right?
Technology and it can be very embarrassing. We are in the world of technology and it can be very, very, very embarrassing. You look at yourselves. You look at this person. You look at this person and what they have done. So such an act is not okay. Opening people's bags is not okay. Taking stuff from people's bags is not okay, whether it's money or whatsoever. You have been warned. Munna moya hasen life. When your family see it, they will not like it. You will also be very embarrassed, no matter how small is it, even if it is $1.
The guy and his
What
shoes walking. You see,
what doesn't belong to you doesn't belong to you. What doesn't belong to you doesn't belong to you. So that's Nasiyan. The ball is in your court to take
you
it
see.
serious or to
You
not
know the
take it
camera,
serious.
and we have cameras, but Miss personally told me that we should not put it. But me, I put one there. Yeah, and yeah, it's already there. So whoever is to do this, let's just see the person. And
Bulen,
Sisasi, we
yeah,
no nya.
Bullet, we are going through a lot of transformation because some of your colleagues did things before that make us learn
They say
from it.
the guy, they give you 5,000. Whoever know the guy, just tell them the guy. This is the guy. Look
So
at the
we
guy.
don't want to change things. We don't want to change things just because folks are doing it. And we have changed a lot of policies here based on experiences in your arm. Sigatal, Sacha, amut fi palas. Sacha, amut fi palas. Sunyaro, whether jigéen a ko def nak or góor, you will be prosecuted. We will take action against you. Fii du yo fi caaxaan. And joxut kenn any opportunity. Sunyaro man palaso dilat. Let's be decent people. Don't scare us away. Bulen tax ñu ragal leen. But I can tell you, any day you are caught stealing, be assured that we are going to take you to the police. We will press charges against you. And of course, lepalo hamne sacha nañ ko fi in the past, you will be number one suspect. And above all, we will embarrass you. We will post you. Doo ko like nag sa family duñ ko like. And forever, dina la yaxa. Whoever is in the habit, stop it. Whoever is in the habit of stealing, what should you do?
Stop.
Okay, that's all I have to say. Do we all agree that stealing is not okay? Okay, whoever is the thief among us, stop stealing. Let's move on, Fatu. We don't have to elaborate that.
So
Ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne sàcca baaxul.
the other one is about people opening people's bag because of just to check what people have. You know, check buñ bina si turi nit kenn mënu ko dem withdraw. But check buñ jël ñu def ko si envelope. Man maa ko def si envelope ma jël ko ma jox la ko. Koko wanut warul koo gis. So su dee nit sañ na beneen ubbi baag yi Maymuna bi ne dafa xool ñaata la Maymuna am. Lan la Maymuna di am. I think that particular person nekkul di liggéey. Man li ma liggéey. Aida Kebe muy liggéey Musa muy liggéey waruma xam lan la Aida am waruma xam lan la Musa am lan laa war a xam mooy man li ma liggéey. I sit here, I am the boss of the institution, and I think Mr. Juv wax na ko all the time. Gambian talent is input determines output. Dama dee toog man maa dee bina salary. Aida mu ëppale ma salary. Ma toog Musa mu ma bina salary Musa mu ëppale ñun ñëpp salary. Because that month Musa moo gën a liggéey Aida moo gën a liggéey Fatou. Gis nga ñit in life, and I want all of us to be honest. Li encore and I am saying it because my hands full if you open people's salary. I work for government 11 good years. 11. I said 11 good years. Suma colleagues suma àndal bëgguma xam lan la gaay am salary. Ñun ñëpp a dee dem jël sun salary si fat ñu jox la ko duñ ko def si envelope or anything. Nga jël ko nga dugal ko sa collègue mu am bosam ngeen ànda dem marché. Yéen a xam foo leen jaar. Doo laajte sa collègue ñaata la am o kañ lan la am o whatsoever bi ngeen doon ñëw yéen a ñëwandoor ñëwu leen door bi ngeen a
Yeah, so
sacrifice
I want that to be clear to people at Gambian Talents input determines output. I've said it a while ago. We can decide to give you $500 every month. You ended up going up with $5,000. That's not see the work that you do at Tuta Woleto. So this needs to be clear. Why is that so? If we say we are gonna give you 500 a month, I want to be on record to say, if we say we are gonna give somebody 500 a month, Fatu has said it a while ago. This comes from my end here. Gambian Talents amuñ ay sponsor. Very few raba raba la ñoo am. Gambia media, be there, very few are paying. Media, a lot of the institutions are not willing and ready to patronize us. This is because we are aware of the fact that we want to maintain our independence, and a good number of them want to be dogot. They want to micromanage you, they want to censor you. We don't want to be censored. We don't. And as a result, we stick to our promises and our principles of being independent. And as a result, which we are not going to change. Yala nak mungi ame institution bi. So if I am making efforts to send salaries and stuff, at the end of the day, it's the basics. Any extra money that comes in, we take care of it, we look at it, we divide it, and make sure that people get what they deserve as bonuses added to their salaries. So a $500 salary can end up baseline, can end up being $5,000, can end up being $2,000, $3,000. Dafa des rek, your input determines your output. So I want to say that it's not decent and it's not okay to be nosy, to dig into people's stuff. This said lan la boromam am is equivalent to sacha. Te kiko def xam ngeen ne gaaw nañ ci dem live. maa ngi jox ñoom faatu ndigal nañ la yóbbu live ñu humiliate la if we have the evidence. We will post your pictures, we will post your videos, we will humiliate you. So let's stop stealing and let's stop doing these things. Let's talk to colleagues about it. If we are doing it individually, stop ko. Know that 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the master. If you are doing it as a group, xam leen ne da ngeen ko war a stop. Eddante leen aldia mu ñëwee aliatu ji. Fatou Coulibaly, you want to say something?
Yes.
Afternoon. Okay, for me,
Afternoon.
what I want to say, yeah, for me, what I want to say, like, opening someone back and know how much the person is having, like the salary. And for man, luma gis lo like, inyan la. Pag sa lo xamante na moom loo ko, waruloo ko jël, waruloo ko like criticize nga xam ne kii salary yaa bi comme $1 nu munta mel nu munta yaaga yow sa worset su ñëwee gaay sa loxo danga koy am comme lu nekk la time la if you know that like come when the person know that this guy opened my bag why not you report the person and say hey this guy opened my bag just to check how much I have on my salary so that like dangay gis on that soo ko boolee manager dina ko mën a call ñu waxa moom lu tax nga ubbi ko maybe there is a reason why the person is doing that if at all like they are paying like example they are paying uh Mariama B Fati every month is receiving a salary from like the managers you are not receiving even $1 or not let's say $100 know that like sa time jodul sa time su jodee sa worse su nekkee si loxo ja si loxam foog nga am ko lu munta mel danga koy am even nit su buggee may la dara joxul la ko nga xam ne sa worset bi like it's not time for you to have that money so that is not done and when we have CC camera also here it will be very good because this stealing is long time for me I'm not it's not today but it's long time they steal my money inside my bag I call Kadi Ture and say Kadi Ture that last time I put my money here and I know how much is there I find it take it Kadi Ture say it's not only you even Asa Ture also last time Asa Ture was complaining about it but lo xamante na it was not done it was not doing before yeah so if you say that you will say people think that like you are lying or you are saying something else but time comes you see people start complaining if at all we have here thief please stop it because this is not good yeah
Well, I am telling you, Nekudesi Masaya Tage Sabopa. Thank you for saying that, Fatou Coulibaly, right? But nobody has any right. Somebody's personal property is their personal property, and nobody has the right to steal anything that belongs to touch somebody else's bag. It doesn't matter who it is. Nak amulo ben right pour laal bagi jambur unless boromam ne la jox ma suma bag dugalal sa loxo suma bag nama foye ko ñin tienya wala ñin dinna. You have no right to touch anybody's bag. Period. And it's important that
Mr.
we know
You,
this thing. Uh-huh.
Mr. You, and I think one thing is, Kurbali, in this office, nobody can determine who works more or who don't work more. Because some of you, you go home. Do you know, on Thursday, I was with this lady, what's her name? Seinabo, Hazali, and Sanyang. Sanyang that slept here 2 days. He didn't go home, and we have to go to the airport. We went with him. This lady was supposed to go back home. She slept in this office together with Hazard. The following day, that was Friday, they were here. Sheriff Conte is right here. Mr. Juf is saying Sirif is doing great job. Some of us are here. Do we ever know that Sirif normally do that program? So if you want to start to say, oh, why should they pay Sirif more than me? Because me, I am going to maybe interview every day. I am going with Fatu or I am doing this. Just determine yourself, but do not determine the next person because you don't know what other people are sacrificing or what other people are doing. Sirif is here on Sunday. Mr. Juf is saying he's proud of Sirif. Let him just go to his message. I just sent him message before he even talked about Sirif. I even went back to my message to check whether he talked about Sirif because he saw what I said about Sirif. Last week Sunday, I was very tired. I didn't even want to pick call because we work whole night. I went to three different programs from here to there. Come back to the office 7 o'clock. Sirif called me and said, Fatu, I want to do my show, but unfortunately, I could not do my show because they are sending rumor that tomorrow might be exam and tomorrow might not be exam. So I am just informing you. Maybe I would not come because of A, B, or C. But I am just asking, what do you think I should do? And he gave a suggestion and said, let me send my message to the group and inform that I will not do the show. So do you know what Sheriff is doing? Do you know that he normally do programs? So let us not determine sa ndax kii lan la moo am loolu nekkut sol amut important. My sisters are home. They are all working different office. I don't want to know lan la kenn liggéey lan la kenn am liggéeyal yow soo liggéeyee di nga fayeeku olof yi loolu la wax ñu ne ku liggéey mu fayeeku te ku liggéeyut waruloo xam lan la ñu di ak yàlla dina ñëw. It's not yàlla dina ñëw at Gambian Talents de Gambian Talents we believe in Allah but Allah mi ne liggéeyal ma fay la so ku fi toog ne suma waxtu dina ñëw suma waxtu dina ñëw non. You are here. We discuss about your Sambir. Right now, among everybody in this office, yow la sa show gën a consistent in the office. And biñ doon waxtaan man ak Mr. Diouf Mr. Diouf say it. Fatou Coulibaly show yam bi de dafa consistent A, B, O, C. We talked about everybody. So soo foogee ne sama waxtu dina ñëw te liggéeyuloo ko sa waxtu du musa ñëw. So thank you.
So it's important that we pay attention to these things. Let's be civilized people. Let's be decent people. Do you know that in America people can go to jail? Chingom, man liggéey naa si Isanseri gas station fii nii in the past. Chingom buy jar 33 cents. Comme ngene transu ak ñetti lifin 33 cents. Less than $1. Nit dem na si jail for 6 months for stealing one chingom that cost less than $1 for 6 months. Here they don't joke with stealing. Lundaw din ko sacha and you do years in prison. Sacha is not okay. Tapale lal aleli jambur lu nekkut sa bos. Young people let us be honest. Let us learn to be honest. As desperate as we may be, whether it's stealing people's money, whether it's opening people's bag to be nosy to see what they have and what they don't have, it is just not okay to be touching people's stuff. What is not yours is not yours. Na manke tati amanke tati. Aleli jambur. Momak alasana boka santa. Bala santa. Go ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. maa leen di nuyu ñëpp di kontaan ci topic bi because dafa nekk topic boo xamante ni bu am solo la mooy wàllu sàcc ak lijjante alali jàmbur sàcc loolu risque la because benn mën na yàq sa àdduna ba pare tamit mën na yàq sa àdduna ba pare tamit sa jikko tamit mën na ci yàqu ñaareel bi mooy lijjante lu nit di am ak lum doon am loolu bokkut ci mandute because ku mandu warta lijjante keneen loo xamante ni loolu la mooy am ak yooyu su nekkee ne jàppalewuloo ko ci nu mooy demee ci kanam waroo lijjante lu mooy am mbaa di jéem a xool moom nu mooy suufee daal because képp koo xamante ni lijjante na sa mbir yow du la neex kon nag yow tamit bul lijjante mbiri jàmbur because yaa ngi am loo xamante ni lu la fees del loo xamante ni keneen su ko toppoon du la neex te loolu man nga ci yàqoo te keneen lijjantewut ko kon nag bul lijjante mbiri keneen ci lu mooy am because nit ku nekk war nga xalaat naka ngay développer nit ku nekk war nga xool nit ku nekk war nga xool nu nga war a développer mbaa nga jàppale keneen nu mu war a développé waaye nekkul ne comme ngay xool comme noo war a suufee keneen daal loolu moom nekkul loo xamante ni lu rafet la man loolu moo
Thank you.
nekkoon sama comment
Thank
incha
you.
allah.
Thank you. All of you can be commenting on this. Fibe Ganaw elected duñ ko jeexal is a very important topic. Honesty is key. And as Alasan said, it can destroy your life. Stealing is not okay. Teneñ ko bàyyi. Ku ko def life nag 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the master. The person that I'll give you a typical example. Few months ago, when Ida and them went to Farafenye, you heard when we talked about the person who stole, swing gadgets, computers, and their phones and stuff, Ida and Sisao. Do you know that the person has been caught? He's somebody that lives next door to our house. Suñ neighbor, Monyo Sachalolo. His friend to my little cousin who lives in our house. Their mutual friend went to his room and saw our computer with him. Biko kuduga si nigam rek mu denca computer bi mag laptop be under his bed. And the friend asked him, "What is this? Where is this from?" The friend knew that our stuff was stolen. Mu topa ko. And eventually, guess what? He was caught. Mu ñu ko arrest as we speak. He is in jail. Mu ne muy wax fan la ko jaay dafa yóbbu bagage yi ba Jara Soma foofu lam ko jaay. The person who he is working with who lives at Jara Soma, and this is him confessing. This is him confessing. The person who he sold it to at Jara Soma, borom jaboot la mu ngi amee ñaari jabar. He's been running away all these days because this guy lives in Farafenya next to our house. He will steal stuff and take it to Jara Soma and sell it to him all the time. Legi kooku mu ngi daw mu ngi bàyyi jabaram yeg doomam yëpp këram di daw di nëbbuwante because moom lañ jaay bagage yi. And guess how much he sold it for? A computer I bought for $28,000-$30,000. He sold it for $1,700. $1,700 lam ko jaayee. He said it. He himself said it. He said he sold it for $1,700. Until this minute, we cannot replace that computer yet. Amidiba is here going to TRRC and other places. She cannot take that computer with her. And that was Amidiba's baby that she was using to go to TRRC and do all these coverages.
She will not have good
Legi yaxal nañu ko. Imagine a lu jar $28,000 to $30,000 yow nga dem jaayee ko lifin dem jaayee ko, and that is the current value. Nga dem jaayee ko $1,700. Is that fair? Is that fair? Léegi kooku mu ngi in jail. He's in jail right now as we speak.
Phone and Ida's phone and our $5,000.
Yes, he's in jail right now. So do you fi caaxaan nag, you will embarrass yourself and your family and lead a flat topper forever, abe normal forever. If you are a thief, stop it. Let's go to the next one, Fatu. We've been on for 2 hours. We need to wrap up.
Yes, and people going out for coverage and come instead, for instance, they give you money for the office, you later take the money and you put it in your own pocket. Gambia is very small. I went to a program recently and few months ago, and I went and I did my own lobby and they paid us because we wanted credit. And the guy went back to Mr. Juve and said, "Dega dega sa halal dafa muna wax. Dafa ñëw dafa wax ba ma ko already ma fay ko. Te fekk bi ma ñëwee, I already give Babukat the money. I sent the money to Mr. Juve and I said, lii leen make see that institution. So su ma jëloon xaalis boobu ma dem. People, whenever they give their money, they want to get it back. Let us remember, whenever we are all going for coverages, at this office, man institution, you maham, you man ligay. So man them coverage, man they use my own fare, and I am live, Even when my ligay government, my own fare, I use ko. Te office duma jo pass bu ma demee. Here you are, ñu ngi jël crête naka la pass di la ko jox, ñu ngi jël dara di la ko jox. Nimbal na si fekk loxo borom. But nga dem ñu jox la xaalis nga ñëw nga bina si kayit bi binuloo fa lu correct o ñu jox la let's say $300 yow nga ñëw nga binal ñu fa $100 o ñu jox la 500 nga bina fa 100, you end up bringing problem to your own self. Like with ñoom saa den génn ñu dem programme naka la peace ambassadors. Guy peace ambassador daf ma gis maa ngi koof di dugg si office bi. I was with somebody in the office ñu ngi génn di ñëw kooku noonu mu gis ma ne Fatou I am so proud of you. Ben media house du dee attend seen programme because seen programme amul xaalis yéen rek yéen a ko dee attend ma ne kon nag media house yi duñ attend seen programme because nit yi amul xaalis ku dem ut on credit di leen demalal live si seen programme te doo leen fay gaay te yéen yéen a ngi ut phone ku send projects. You should give people money. Why this time try na de send guy dama len jox 500 this time. I said I didn't see any 500. I came, I have to follow up. And that's the time those people have to tell me. So len jëlé certain things ngeen jël ko ngeen dugal ko seen post. Like we say ñun dañ am experience liggéey neen fu bari def neen lu bari waxuñ ne we are perfect de but jaar neen si njuuj njaaj ñun tam ñu indiwaat ñu to the right place. So whoever is here, let us know ñun then they invest. Sometimes I use my personal resources and give it to people for them to go and do certain things. And I don't even want office more reform because I know lan la Mr. Diouf di day face. The same thing applies to Musa. Talk na maa ngi toog si biti maa ngi dégg Musa mu ngi génne xaalisam di ko jox nit ku mu use ko te office bi mu ngi ala sacrifice bu leen toog ngeen fa ne office bi ñu ngi am xaalis or whatsoever everywhere bu dee man balaa weer bi di dee only 20th Baboucarr daf dee seen Mr Diouf lii leen liggéey do you think amul benn month boo xam ne Mr Diouf putut xaalisam si office bi cash power every other month 2 weeks bu nekk dañ lay jënd 2000 cash power fan la cash power boobu di jógee kan si ñun suñ programme from biir
Yeah.
Gambia Semester Avenue moo am sponsor no program.
So let
So
me
if
say
you think
this,
office
right?
is making money or Mr. Diouf is making money, he is not making a benefit from this institution. So jëlee lu ndaw
Let
nga jël ko
me
nga
let
facilitate
me
dafa
let
wàññi
me
suñ
let
trust
me
ci yow.
say this, right? Let me break this down to people, Fatu. Again, it's input that determines output here at Gambian Talents. And we want people to be able to take care of this and understand it. Man, I am not ashamed to say the institution B does not have money. And therefore, because we are sacrificing and giving people fares every day, ngena dem di ñëw di def li ngena def the projects that you are doing. If you need to go as far as Along Hari, we will give you fare to go and even give you some allowance for your food or certain things. If you are going far, if you need to stay in within the greater Banjul area, then leen jox transportation ngeen dem ñëw. It's important that folks understand this. When you go out for these coverages, suñ la joxee pass nga dem soo demee ñu delloo la pass bi soo ñëwee da nga need pour give that back because institution bi amut xaalis. But why what I want people to understand is soo demee su dee dalasi sax lañ la jox even if it is $1 you are given for at a coverage, be patient, turn it in and be honest to the institution. At the end of the month, all of this determine how much money you go home with. If anybody is involved in any project that requires that you are giving money, be assured that at the end of the month, you will get that money back. We will give you money back at the end of the month. People who are involved in projects that include money, you will be given money back. But if you don't do it, Yangi betray a trust. And sometimes what happens is you go to these places, they give you that money. They tell us, okay, we'll give you money for the coverage that you do. They say that to us. You go in there, they give you money. The amount of money they are supposed to pay the institution, they take it out of it to say, oh, we give your staff this and that. This thing has happened as far back as 2017 when we just opened the office, where a lady came from the UK to actually do a project in with Gambian talents in Gambia, and at the end of the day, she gave the three people who were there, Fat Samba, Ngui, and Ramatla, I think at the time, she gave each of them $200. Then Mupare got more than $1,000 from the money that he was supposed to give us. And guess what she said to us? Oh, I already gave money to all your staff, and she wanted to cut that. Imagine you gave them 200 each, you gave 600, and you cut over $1,000. Is out of the money that you were supposed to pay us to say that you gave money to our staff. So you may go for coverages at institutions. They give you money and tell you, okay, well, it's transportation reform, and they come and argue it otherwise. It's important that you clear yourself and you give it to the institution. On a normal day, this should not happen, but the institution is struggling, and we are making it outright for you to know. Even if they tell you it's transportation reform, we are giving you transportation reform. We are giving you transportation. Even if it is $1 you are given as transportation reform, we expect you to turn it in because we gave you transport when you were going. The institution is struggling. We would rather have cash power. We would rather have internet. We would rather have all the things that you have. It's not fair for Mr. Juf. Man, munuma sustain Gambian talents. With the way it is, I'm being honest to you guys. Nta sustain nola. Ka cash power sang. Ka credit go sang. ka internet o take care ka passo dial bela di len jox pass yen ñep place ngeen wara dem coverages, all the other logistics that are needed. The Fay institution we pay almost 100,000 plus every year for this building. Fi ngeen nekk nii, I'm not able to sustain it. Start nako, dama soxla ndimbal. I call on the government and other institutions and other Gambians to support me in the project, but munuma ko sustain. I don't have those type of resources. So therefore again, ñi fi nekk, the little that is coming, foog ngeen understand ko. But it is input that determines output at the end of the day. Let's go to the next point, Afatu, and then we open up the floor because time is going. We've been on for over 2 hours now.
The other pointer is um, for young people to open up their timetable for them to respect it. Every other day I will come, people will tell me I'm changing my timetable. Sundays we come here, nobody. Yesterday was Tuesday. You only find few people that are here. So you come on a number on Saturdays, you will not even find here people. Like on Sunday, it was only Lamin Sister that is here. Sometimes there are coverages that happen. Some of us we will feel that okay, do you book coverage or whatsoever. I think on Thursday you guys went to the airport and you guys were nearly arrested again. You guys had encounters, and right at the airport, Mr. Juf have to call you and give you lectures. I have to be at Birkama. I think Birkama. Nakala fofu tuda? Jamisa, and leave all the way my meeting and everything at Birkama Jamisa. After dropping them, go to Birkama Jamisa because of that emergency. I have to come back to the airport and put Mr. Juf on the line for Mr. Juf to put the team through. So some of you, because you are not going out with people, you are not sacrificed, you will not know when you enter certain instances or when you have certain incident what you would do. So people have to be very careful. And last week as well, whenever there is coverage or you find out anything, do not just take your own personal initiative and say, I would go and then do this interview or whatever. Come to us, we guide you. We might not be perfect, but we can give you ideas. Like few days ago, I'm not going to mention, I was here, I think it was a Friday. Some people call me and say, Andi Fatu, yobu nen kena phone number, ñu ngi nii di dem si police station bi. Because kooku dafa gis ñuy sonal ñi si highway bi, moo nekk yooni marché bi and all that. Kooku ñu yóbbu ko si police station. We cannot be going to police station all the time. Yes, we have a responsibility. Moo nekk ne ñun journalist leen. But all the time, it's not lu nekk nga gis danga ko war a film or whatsoever. Soo ko waree film, ndax danga am matuwaay bi. Yaa ngi amee press card. Su dee amuloo press card, just a normal phone. Waruloo toog rek nga ne dama film. Suñ la jàppee yow yaa indi sa boppa problème, indil institution problème, but kan moo see gën a am problème yow la ñoo yóbbu si police station bi. I remember Ibu Keita bés buñ ko jàppee suma moto dafa am accident. From one police station, almost 4 police station yóbbu nañ ñu fa. So leen gisee anything, let's say président Barrow mu ngi dox si mbedd bi te foog nga ne danga ko bëgg a jël, koolal office bi, hello Fatou, lan nga foog dama bëggoon a jël président Barrow de waaye amewuma press card. We can rush there. Or we can tell you, okay, amewuma press card, dama nga taxaw direction bu sori nga jëlee vidéo bi fii nga defee ko fii balaa ñun ñuy ñëw. Aida mu ngi déema si Jaliba dafa am lu mu soxla munut koo am daf ma call mi ne ma maa ngi am problème A or B, what do you think I should do? Ma jox ko advice ma ne ko hello hold on parce que man tam aw ma si idea xaaral ma call Mr. Diouf. Mr. Diouf mu ngi nelaw ma call ko ba sonn uyuwul ma callaat ko Mr. Diouf ñoom Aida de problème bi leen am, what do you think we should do? But so leen toogee rek ngeen am seen own idea, we would not go. The other one, Monica, about the issue of your questioning. Some of us, soon questioning is very bad. Some people, I always say this, journalists, yow yaa de tax nit ñu seetaan la. Sa question yi nga set, kenn waruta toog na nit ki naka la prison mel. Dégg neen na prison dafa neex na neexut. Ndax kooku dafa dugg prison na dugg prison dañ ko xam. You ask the person, dégg neen si gestu bi nga def na danga musa dugg prison. But nga toog rek ne prison dafa neex na neexut. What are you trying to send? What are you trying to bring? So tell us your question before anybody goes to program. Myself, I am around. Mr. Juf might be around. So Amute, you come to me or Ida or even Musa or Aisa to Jalo. Go to them, they give you. Ñun ñep duñ dé tok duñ dé nekk ci office bi loolu musuta am ci office bi. No manager in this office loolu du dé am. Unless once in a blue moon. So I'm appealing. And some of you, ngi bëgg am contact, let's say nga bëgg am Jaliba ci sa show. Amulo Jaliba nga send Jaliba message on Facebook hello Jaliba man la maa ngi liggéey Gambian Talents dama la bëgg am Jaliba dafa fa ne Gambian Talents respectuñ ko o bëgguñ ko o xamul lu moo def bu dee Mr Diouf daf dee mën a toog mu waxtaan ak Jaliba 1 hour 2 hours yow nga dem call Jaliba on messenger nga ne ko man la maa ngi liggéey Gambian sa number laa bëgg is that nice soo leen number ñëw leen si ñun so many, I'm not
Well,
saying interviewing all the people in the Gambia, new matter, but we know 99% of the people. And sometimes our other colleague journalists, like Lamin Jai, Fatu Network, mungi interview Musa Bachili all the time. Si man la jele Musa Bachili number, he called me. Man suma ami pro, dama ko dey call. Last week I was talking to Omar Wali. Maa ngi bëgg a ñeneen nit yoo xam ne ma leen bëgg a interview am naa seen number duñ uyu ba suma jaaree turu Omar Wali hello suma brother dimbale ma si number AB Babukar C QTV I called him yesterday I said help me with number A B or C so ñun ñëpp we are all colleagues dañ dee interact waaye yow soo liggéeyee fii nga toog rek nga jël sa own initiative we will not allow that and our cameras as well kenn du ñëw rek jël caméra dem ne dama dem defi interview anytime you want to do any interview ñëwal si ñun nga jël permission ah Fatmata Balajo def nañu ko jël caméra dem interview jël on projet am dem di interview about Rohey Malick Lowe lu bon or whatsoever if Rohey Malick Lowe is bad we talk about it but today yow yaa mere Rohey Malick Lowe bu ko ñëw nga utee ko ñun si suñ institution so I am appealing and I am saying it man bugguma am stress si kenn ma tëdda di nelaw suma kër guddi ñu call ma ñu ne sa staff bi am na problème AO bi fekk yaa tooñ ñun buggun tooñ waxuñ ne nag ñu ragal anybody we are not afraid of nobody suma su saacee ñu bina ko dafa saaca suma yaay su dee si marché bi moo fa taagee boppam ñu bina ko so at Gambian Talents amul benn friend amul anything but defal the right thing soo ko defee da nga am ndam
okay,
da nga
so
am
this
ndam
is very important, and we all need to be aware of it. The overall idea that came up to management's desk is a lot of people are taking their own personal initiatives and just going about doing things without having any clue. Yes, we do empower all of you to be able to take initiatives and make things happen, but there are liability issues. Kula suit munla maker because of the experience, your inexperience is why we are telling you to look for guidance from us. Some of you want to make yourself superstars already because folks are telling you you are good at this, you are doing this, you have it touch lele. You just want to take your own initiatives. Consult with management, liaise with management, share contacts, explain yourself. This is what I want to do. I I am very busy lately, but I see messages from some of you guys and I do respond. Even Demba Dembarek, I saw some messages from some of you and I did respond. I may not have responded on the time or at the time that you wanted me to, but I do respond. Adam Cisse sent me a message yesterday. Ramat Laifai sent me a message yesterday. Ibrahim Ajata sent me a message yesterday. Mohamed Baigarmi sent me a message yesterday. I respond to you guys. Patu Kurubali last week or 2 weeks ago, I was corresponding with both you and Alasan Ba. When you send me a message, I may not respond immediately, but that's why you need to plan and plan ahead and make sure you do these things right. What Farouk Samba said, I just had that experience. If Musa Jinne was there, he will tell you. Musa Jinne went and told Lamin Cham or Damasala sa number or Mr. Jufuna da Fasala sa number lile. Lamin Cham started turbale the while. Neko powers of all people don't have my number. And Lamin Cham called me to attack me. This is less than a month ago. To say, your Amulos my number. I have two numbers for Lamin Cham. Just because Musa Jinne wanted Lamin Cham's number should not have made him tell Lamin Cham ne powers no Fasala sa number. Because Lamin Cham called me directly and attacked me to say, ne, you don't have my number. How come you're going to say this? That's exactly similar to what Fatsamba is saying. To come and say, yen get contact person, like to break, send somebody a message. Ask us first before you just take certain initiative. Discuss it, throw the idea in there, and let us know this is what I want to do. So we are going to not exhaust everything in one meeting. There are so many issues that are happening, but we want to hear your feedback as well. Just like Sirif Conte said, we will post some of the stuff that we've heard. It's not only for us to sit and give you lectures and tell you what is going wrong only. We want to recognize the good things that people are doing as well. Some of you are doing very well when it comes to the videography. You are trying. Some of you that are doing your shows, you need to keep it up. Try to bring in good content, try to bring in interesting content, educative and entertaining content that people will be interested in, rather than just doing shows for the sake of it. I've told you the last time, some of the managers feel that yen and same shows you then go discontinue, and we are having conversations about it. Some of your shows may end up being discontinued just because of how you bring it and what you are bringing to the table. Some of you are doing very well. I want to encourage you to learn from Maimuna and Aissatou Koli. They are growing very fast when it comes to that, by attending the Bir Gambia and being part of it, by sacrificing. One like Fatu Kurubali is growing on a daily basis. I watch your show, Fatu Kurubali, and I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you are doing. I mean, with the Tesito, this is how you grow, and you need to continue doing what you are doing. Keep up doing the good work. For those of you that are doing the videography, keep on trying and keep on pushing, because you will end up getting it. You will end up getting there. It's very important. So keep up the good work. Let's continue to try to thrive. Let's continue to be consistent. Let's continue to be
Tell you.
disciplined. Let us not steal.
I think this will be my last comment for the class. I think this is the most important thing that we have in this office, this book, and it's called Customers Book Only. This book is always placed next to Babukar's table at the secretary at the reception. Anytime we have guests, if I am here or I am not here, or is um what is her name, Kurbali's guest or anybody's guest, even the videographer, let the person write their name, their number, telephone. If you look at this guest, this is where uh, I get hold of everybody that I want to have. Me, I am not good at keeping numbers, but whenever I have guests, I tell them to write their names. Look at this book. We have it for the past 3 years. All the National Assembly members that have ever come to this office, their number telephones are here. You see, very well written by them, and they will sign it at the time that they come. Some of them will even, especially semesters we have, they put here their international number. Like Babaja, yesterday I called, and even during the weekend I called him. And when I called him, he said, "Avado yang miss Gambian number. Hana dafa am kula ja. We were just chatting." And I said, "Nigga, you yang use the number be legi. Boom use on last time, boom majo. Be legi mom la use. I have it on the book. Bim ñëwee I know ne mu ngi si dëkk bi. Xëy na su ma ko callee messenger duma ko am. I call him direct. Lan moo ma help book bu ma dee bina. So I want all of you, so leen amee any guest, seen show la ida tesitu la o nit ki dafa ñëw rek seet si la sax na nit ki bina. Carpenter, I have it here. Carpenter guy ñu ñëw. Electrician, I tell you right. Su ma toogee ma bugg a electrician or whatsoever, I just have it. Like van driver bi ku ñu dee yóbbu every July. Can you imagine the past 3 years mu ñëw yóbbu. Fan laa dee amee number si book bi. Léegi mu ne amatul sa moto, but fan laa dama ko call ma ne ko dama bugg a van mu lijjantil ma keneen. Look at this. This is the book right here. Look at this. Look at this. I ñoom naka la Fala Bay Kole and all these people. It's here. It's all here. All the artists from the ST, the Jizzle, all of them. Anybody you want their numbers, you have it here. So whenever you have any guest, let them write their names. Lord dina la help anytime you want it. So I'm appealing. Let us make best use of this book. Personally, when I go to program, if I see any minister, I say, "Can I please have your card?" And I will show you those cards as well when Mr. Juf is talking. Mr. Juf, go ahead.
Yes, but then I will be quick to say that in as much as the book is important, folks should write their number there. It comes back to the same thing we said earlier, which is people not to be opening it and just looking at the book and just taking people's numbers, because these are dignitaries and important people for the most part, who have a lot of, responsibilities. I don't expect folks to just come ibi book B, and I'm saying it in advance because it's been a concern. Pour ñu toog ñëw di ibbi book bi, you are nosy, you want to take ST's number and start calling ST for private or personal reason. You want to take Minister Kari or Diu Sangam Kari's number and start calling the person. So I hope that people will have the decency and the honesty, just like we talked about people's bags, office documents, office materials, office papers, office places. You should not just be opening things and just be reading through documents or try to be nosy. Why is this here? Lilanda, Lelelanda, Nyimbe Munel Lajang. So I hope that is also made clear. So while
Yes,
fathers get,
yeah, I am here. I will encourage people whenever you have guests, you can come to me. and I call your guests and you hear me the way I talk to your guests. I am very sweet when it comes to talking to people, especially on phone. Anything I want to get from anybody, I get it. Anything. Even the state house, when Father Matababaro said we would not interview her, and Mr. Ju said, no, just go. Topako, yo yani ka journalist, we go, dema. When we were eager si buntabe, she said no to the interview, Otlem and everything. I didn't say nothing. I said, Jabari president, mi mungi nii nak. Ñu ngi ko approach interview su bañee ñu xam ne nag moom dafa mel ni comme ñu fi nekkoon parce que yéen ñu bari yéen a daan wax ne jabari Yaya Jammeh ëpp tu ñiti léegi jabari Adama Barrow nag suñu mayutee ko ñu interview ko ñu xam ne moom tam ëpp bu ñëw éega bunti state ha most of the éega den la dee search and everything they didn't search us bunta bi ne ko xamalang and we pass Kadi Touré dama ko jàngal loolu ba Kadi know how to do it very well benn time ma ne ko Kadi koolal ku feebar nga wax ak moom Kadi kool ko mu ne ko dama dégg da nga am ku feebar kooku mu ne ko déedéet aw ma ku feebar because soo koolee nit rek nga dem straight to loo buga doo ko dee am and I took the call and I called góor mu ne ko nanga nga def ma yaa ngi fine dama la doon call di la doon seet den ma jox sa number sa by the way man maa ngi liggéey Gambian Talents I introduce myself and dégg ne ñu ne sa benn doom de fan yi yaramam dafa tawat kooku mu ne waaw yow yaa ma call yow yaa nekk di wax bu correct ki ma call naka nga maa callee rek nga ne ma kii dafa feebar and man ak Kadi yëpp ñu ree ma ne ko baalal ñu kooku mu ngi train so come closer to us and we train you how to do certain things Mariama Fati and Seinabu are doing very good when it comes to that airport bi suñ fa demee ñeneen dañu dee ruslo léegi ñoom suñ dee dem da nga gis gars yi ñu start especially two of them léegi da nga gis ñu xool gars yi sax ñu start dina describe non Ami Diba mi moom nag sol maxam xanaa yow da nga fi gis corona amul fi de Gambia and yow at the end of the day you will start smiling and tam yow tam da nga koo tontu based on that corona so come to us some of you da ngeen ma dee gis as dama bari wax o nga daw ma o whatsoever daw bi ma daw man maa ngi gën a develop ak ñi nekk suma boor Aissatou Koli la ak Maymuna léegi ni maa ngi woon Maymuna te share naa ko si groupe some people ñu ngi seen suñ programme bu ñu def démba ak maan bi dañ ko dog and yaa ngi dégg gars yi ñu ne three beautiful ladies how ma very intelligent or whatsoever doing this show right now suñ show bi mu ngi am momentum te biñ ko doon start it was not Maymuna moo si war a bokk or Aissatou Koli some other people should have been there but lan la gars yi def den daw so people come close to us
So, yeah,
these
so
are
we
the cards
just,
that I want to show Mr. Juf. Look at this. These are all cards. Former minister, current minister, all cards are here. And even this one, you can help me show this. Look at this. If I go to programs, I approach people. Ministers, permanent secretaries, even Sumalan Sohlote. I go to them. Sana nga def maa ngi liggéey Gambian Talents. Dina bëgg am sa card, if possible, if you don't mind. Ñeneen ñu ne la awma card because they don't want to give you your number. Okay, can I have your normal number? You send me. I send it direct on our messenger group that we chat all managers. So we have almost all the people that matter in the country their number. So come to us, we train you. Go to program, bu leen dem program after program fit fat jël nga sa camera after coverage. Go approach the minister. Let's say nga gis Henry Government. Fan yi mu ngi wax a bombshell. Nga interview ko on that bombshell nga taxaw ak moom beneen side. Why some of you when you go to program it's about peace ambassador. We talk about voters registration. Pam, cover jël nga sa mic nga ñëw. Déedéet. Su jëm programme bu jeexee approach kooku yóbbu ko si biti nga def ak moom a entire show. Loolu mooy journalism. Loolu
thank
mooy
you very,
liggéey.
thank you very much. So this is where we are going to end it. As far as our part is concerned, we open it for correction, comments, and suggestions from you guys.
And Mr. Duke, I
Um,
think you have to tell them about the meeting. This meeting today, at least we have good number of you. Next week, we don't want to call people. I think this meeting, been what's her name? Our so been to Sinate are very, very consistent when it comes to this meeting. Very consistent. And I think this, it was my managers that mentioned it, not even me, because I don't attend most of the meeting. But some of us, we don't attend the meeting if we don't call you or we don't tell you. Some people, whenever we say meeting, you give excuses. Like tey Shirif lu mu fi wax about the issue of bunta bi suñ ko defaree am na ñoo xam ne nekkuñ si meeting bi ñoom ñoo koy ñëw yaaxa because kan mooy seetaan this 2 hour video kan moo ko seetaan so meeting me, we have to be attending it. I miss Sanjuf class as well. Attend it, especially the journalists and even the videographers. Dina la help. Lamis is a videographer. Why last week when they made airport, we can more of interview. Lamis is a more of an interview. Deputy Vice President, man deguma ko kuma interview ko si so te Lamin mun na ko interview. I told Lamin interview ko. te videographer la moo doon def video bi man ma end up dem taxaw si gannaaw video bi so ñëw leen si classe bi soo leen amutee loo leen a def Mr. Diouf can give you good information boo leen a mën a use si julli bi projet gi julli buñ def nii very successful road to Ndewenal buñ ever am mooy this year te Mr. Diouf benn input am bokkut si ñan ñoo ko def ñun kese with some own ideas from nit yi ñoo ini and everything I want you guys ngeen bokk si office bi belongs to everybody the last one I want to say is the issue of stressal some of yéen yéen a ñu stressal yéen a ngi aju ku mel ni man moom dama dee gis stress face and all the time just like yesterday I told Kadi ñëw nga ma ne la sa question si ma xool ko nga stress but the next minute I give you good question nga génn si rek nga indi sa buñu yëpp di ma ko smile I don't want to have that smile if bu ma la ko jox smile looma and I want people to be honest so la ñëwee fi dañ ñëw ko liggéey nen nekk di joxe kanam bu nee but nga stress ma ne na yu bari dañ leen dee ragal ko ñu wax leen dëgga te manager bi su ñëwutee di communicate direct ak yow kooku tey suñu waxee ne dañoo indi anybody staff manager boobu du indi sa tur because yaa ngi ko stressal xamul yow lan nga nekk di def da nga ñëw ñiti di la xool nii di la seetaan kenn du la mun a lii ñun nag dundee toppante in this office so bàyyi leen stressal xam ne ñun dañ leen a wax dëgga te ñun dañ am commitment Mr. Diouf am na ay mbokk am na ay family am na ñeneen ñoo xam ne hit na am nañ masters o am nañ bachelors si journalism but ñun la jël mu entrust ñu with a responsibility bu ñu entrust moo nekk ñu guide leen ñu wax leen dëgga and I say this suma former boss on Saturday anti Aisha Davis Ann mooy the current director general of information department dafa ñëw seet si ma suma kër si Saturday bi maa ngi tëdda di nelaw mi ne dafa just ñëw rek di ma seet si waaye dama liggéey information dafa am lu mu soxla ma defal ko dara dafa ñëw rek moo xam ne doomam mu ngi woon foofu noonu mu ñëw mu seet si ma am leen good relationship ak ñiti xam ne àdduna amul solo ku bugg a bàyyi nag mun ngaa bàyyi anytime but sooy bàyyi bu rafet I think Binta Cissé mu ngi fi woon bés bu moo bàyyi Mr. Diouf daf doon jooy fan yi Binta dafa am xew Mr. Diouf dafa yóbbu foofu enveloppe mi ne ñu joxal ko Binta even su nekkee ndaw na ñun ñu bari bàyyi nañ suñu liggéey ñu dem foofu dem seeti Binta dafa neex so defante yi ak whatsoever amul sense amul njëriñ so ku fi nekk nag mu bañ ñun ñu wax ko anything bu fi borom nekk
Thank you,
let me
Fatu. We've been on for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yes, so
ku nekk mun naa
we will
stress
we will talk about the road to Ndewenal and the projects that are coming up on the Friday class, inshallah. Suñu ko Yàlla maye. Right now, we've been on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I want to respect the time. So make sure that, especially for the journalists and all of you, to be present. It's very important. The climate in the country is changing. It's political season, and the climate is changing. And there are a lot of things that we need to learn, especially looking through the efforts of what is happening. Ñun we will not allow to be censored by anybody or to be dictated pour li ñoo def suñ liggéey bi will try to do it independently even if it is one person we will continue to say it as it is based on facts. So at this point we will be discussing the political climate and what we need to do as an institution, knowing that the politics is taking up momentum. Tobaski is coming, Road to Ndewenal, and all the coverages that we need to do is next week. Nobody ñu ngi toog di dallu, but by end of next week should be Tobaski. Today is the 7th, or the 8th, on the 19th or 20th like July. So we have barely less than 2 weeks. So this weekend and next week we will be talking about those logistics for the Tobaski and the coverages and what need to happen. You need to be willing and ready to participate in these things if you want to be given opportunities for the future. There are a lot of benefits and incentives. Those going for the road to Ndewenal, for example, I mean, and the corridor things, those that are leading it, those that have been doing their things and are consistent with it, are actually having free Tobaski outfit. Mbubi julli yoo xam ne dañ leen ko ñawal all from the institution and the things that they are doing moo leen ko nekk di jox is input that determines output, but that shouldn't be the reason why you do it. That's what you signed up for, and you agree that yes, special holidays like Tobaski, Korite, Christmas, New Year, Gudi, Suba, Ngon, you will be flexible and be willing to participate in it. This is what you agreed on. So we'll be talking about the political climate and how we can thrive as an institution. We will also talk about the road to Ndewenal in the next coming week or few days. Thank you very much. Any questions, comments, or concerns about any issue? We are open to every kind of issue and feedback. And we would like to hear from people. If not, I will start to pinpoint people. I will start asking people on what they have understood from this conversation. But we want to hear from you.
The mic is here. Who wants to do it? Ifat.
Mr. Youth, from
Uh-huh.
what I have learned from this meeting is that let us all work hard as youths, and we all know that in this institution, like input determines output. Law def reg loolu nga fi am.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you remember that as a takeaway message.
Yes. My takeaway message is that both. Okay. I am saying Usad. My takeaway message is both the journalist and the videographer, anytime that they are for a particular project, they should not be eager to have a picture with that particular individual or that person who is there. Like, for example, they contact Jizo. You should not be eager to have a picture with Jizo, but instead, one guy ham you love for you. Do your project right. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have something perfect. Not to be like Madam Coverly, so my mom picture ak Jizo.
I mean, let me just clear that it's not wrong to take a picture with Jesus or any other person that we have, but let that not be your focus so much so that buganga amlulu bemya hala everything else that you need to do until your work cannot even be done right.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Fat Kulubali. What I have before going out for any program or any event, you have to write your questions, and you go to one of the manager and show the person the question, whether the question is good or not. If I thought the question is good, the person will tell you that it's good. It's better than going out there asking, like you out of the box, ask something that you know that is not concerned with so you haven't been there. Thank you.
If you have not only concern, but not only comment what you have learned, but if you also have your own personal concern, let's say A that they slim or B that they am problem or C that they am problem, you say as well, okay? So for the rest.
Any concerns, any observations, anything you want to recognize, it could be good, positive, or negative. We just want to hear from people. But I mean, also, your takeaway message is important, and what you raise, Fatu Kulubali, is important, not only about questions, but just brainstorm with us. Hey, I want to do Teshito at Busumbala. What do you guys think? And we can give you ideas and this thing. This is not to censor anybody, by the way, for the record, but just to guide you. I mean, because you need that experience and guidance. Nabia.
Mr Diouf man la Nabi man lu ma amoon pour wax rek moo nekk comme soo gisee fan yii yëpp du ma dee mën a ñëw moo nekk dama am ku feebar si kër bi te man maa ko dee dimbale ba pare lu ma jàng tey moo nekk comme nañ pare pour jàng ñu liggéey ba pare ñuy def loo xam ne daal moo nekk right te bàyyi alali jàmbur.
Bàyyi alali jàmbur am na solo ku bàyyiwut alali jàmbur di nga mujjee nekk alali jàmbur yow sa bopp ndax li nga jaay moo laa jaay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Youth.
Afternoon.
It's Aminata Dabo speaking. Man li ma bëgg a wax mooy like si affaire yi wanag bi parce que ñun xam nañ ku nekk am nga wanag sa kër loo du def sa kër doo ko mën a def si office bi dañ ko war a téye comme suñ kër always wax affaire yi wanag bi si biir meeting bi léegi dama dee rus sax dañ dee nekk live waaw ñun ay mag lañ war nañoo stop loo xamante ne daf dee nekk di dox si biir office bi. Thank you.
Good one.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Musa Dahaba. Yes, I also want to emphasize on what others have said about stealing in these institutions.
Let's forget about now. You go to another one. Bring something just like I hear with that.
Yes. No,
Bring
and the father stealing.
No, we already talk about stealing. It's just
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
bring
Okay.
something.
No problem.
Uh-huh.
Mediocre work is all about creativity and teamwork. Yes.
What about that? What do you say about that? You only say it's about teamwork. You didn't your mind. Now what? Understand?
Yes. Like how to call Tijan was asking Mr. Juf about creativity. For example, uh, because I can assure you that all of us went to school, whether we all of us graduate or not. For example, if you were an art student or a commerce student or another stream student, how to call, for example, another stream, you are doing another stream, example like arts, commerce, and other stuff. So if you have government teacher there, that particular teacher will teach you how to deal with government and other stuff concerning about the state affairs. But that particular teacher will not break your head and put government book inside your head. So you are the one who is going to make the sense, or you create something which will be very essential to you. Like for example, you are the one who is going to struggle by studying your books or other stuff, asking teachers about the question you don't know. But the teacher will not break your head and put government book or financial accounting book or other book inside your brain. So means the creativity there, you should be the very one or the particular person who should be very creative. If you have, for example, the managers here, they will just guide us the straight path, but they are the effort they are going to do is only that they will just guide us to the straight path. But how to be creative, that is left to us. So we are the one who is going to be creative. Yes, thank you.
Good. You can introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Segu Sajo. What I learn is when learning, try to learn as much as you can, and you be creative onto anything you are doing. Uh, Try to learn new skills on the way. Try to learn new skills on the way. Okay. Afternoon to you all. My name is Model Mane. I don't have much to say because my colleague has said it all.
No.
Because no, what I want to say.
No. I want you to be interested. No. No. Say no. No.
The little I want to say is let's try to open our arms to each other so that everybody can learn from each other. Thank you all.
Emma, you didn't say anything here. Give Emma the mic again.
But some I have tried, you know.
No, you didn't try. You know, videographers don't want to talk, and I want
Yeah.
to see all of you talk. Go
No,
ahead.
but what I say is also important. If we open our arms to each other, everybody can learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Emma.
Good afternoon. This is Alasan Ba. What I learned is taking responsibility and thinking positive thoughts as an adult.
What does that mean?
Um, like nit ku nekk soo demee ba màgg da nga war a jël sa responsibility, maanaam da nga war a nekk koo xamante ni ku creative ngay doon, ba pare tamit ngay xelaat bu baax, ngay xelaat fu sori tamit ngir mën a développer.
Good. Thank you.
Yes, Sheriff Conte. What I wanted to say is that we should try to bring honesty between us and try to do things accordingly, not always for us to be told about something. Always we need to take responsibility and do things accordingly.
ok asalaamaaleykum man lu may wax mooy comme mbiri fuñ dee lekkee daal fuñ dee lekkee léegoo-léegi da nga dee gis nit ñi dañ dee toog foofu noonu ba mu bëri ñu nekk di caat foofu noonu ñeneen suñ paree lekka sax duñ dee jóg foofu noonu dañ dee nekk di wax rek di wax foofu noonu at least sometimes soo paree lekka nga ñëw nga continue sa liggéey nga bàyyi ñeneen ñu lekka waaye nga toog foofu noonu soo paree lekka ñeneen dañ dee nekk si seen mobile yi di caat di yeneen dañ dee nekk di nataal ay yooyu noonu xam nga loolu yëpp lifu nu daal soo paree sa liggéey soo paree lu ngay def rek da nga war a ñëw nga continue sa liggéey nga bàyyi ñeneen itam ñu toog foofu da nga dee gis léegoo-léegi pour nga am yoon pour nga lifin foofu noonu sax dafa jafe ko soo buggee wàcca suuf nit ñi dañ dee toog foofu noonu ba mu bëri daal soo comme soo lekka ba pare da nga war a excuse keneen tamit mu ñëw lekka buñ nekk foofu noonu di caat léegoo-léegi da nga gis ñeneen dañ dee nekk si studio bi ba pare ñu génn ñu ne wàññi leen seen baat yi xam nga loolu yëpp jaru ko soo paree rek da nga war a ñëw nga continue sa liggéey nga lekka silently nga ñëw nga toog nga continue sa liggéey parce que léegoo-léegi ñeneen suñuy lekka seen kër sax xam nga boobu noonu dangaa siga comme ñeneen dañ dee siga benn place sax du mostly comme spécially ñeneen dañ am respect seen kër sooy lekka doo nii rek ngay def doo lifin sax waaye soo ñëwee si office bi da nga nekk di complain di caat sooy lekka nga def sa boppa comme xam nga loolu yëpp jarul ko sax soo lekkee ba pare da nga war a ñëw nga toog nga continue sa liggéey nga bàyyi waxtaan bi nga ñu bàyyi tamit suñ mobile yi nekk suñ mobile dugal ko ba si biir fii nii ñeneen dañ de dugal fi sa mobile nekk di nataalu xam nga loolu yëpp indi ñu fii nii soo dañu war a respect lifin office bi bu baax sax
I want I want to say 30 minutes, Fatu. I want to establish that to be 30 minutes. Whoever goes out for lunch, I mean, or to buy food, and we're not talking about, we know it's Gambia. If you, the time you go to buy your food, or if you bring your own food, the time you sit on the table to eat, 30 minutes is more than sufficient enough for people to spend at that table and or wherever they eat and come back. I mean, she has a very good point, which is
Mr.
spending extended hours. Okay, and I
Mr.
want everybody to respect that. Uh-huh.
I think what she say is the most important thing because funde newo or funde leke and fofu la guest di de duga man sam dama de ek suma ek because ida man si telephone me dama de ga tankay di tapa 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 tap daw. I hear that. Yes. That's why now whenever I am talking on the phone, even Mr. Ju, if I am talking to I say, please, duma muna wax balal ma. Bama eat. And you will find people eat. And sometimes you eat sa dun ko even topato. Nun len ko bay ñu dem. It's not nice. Ñun managers, have you ever seen us ñun ñu toog foofu man Aïssa du Diallo Musa ñu toog di néew together di waxtaan no.
Let them continue the conversation. But yes, you are right, and we need to be able to establish that time. So 30 minutes. The new rule is everybody who goes out to lunch or to eat, when you sit there after you buy all you need to buy, it's not for you to go kaburu them spend 1 hour for gender leka. You spend 2 hours for leka. No. The whole process should not be more than 1 hour. Them gender leka you talk leka 30 minutes ngadelu si what. So 30 minutes is the maximum time. Okay, next person.
Good afternoon. It's Aida Jallo. Well, Mr. Job, comme they waxoon na videography ñu ne nekk def gudda dañ war a am class but still now gisanguñ dara pour videographe ñu war a am class seet ne suñ time table bi jox nañ ko Aida waaw yeah
Yow yaay Aida Jallow maa ngi dégg sa tur lu bari fan yi.
But Friday, you was the class in Mr. Ju because who come to learn something. Alright?
You are coming at night, right?
No. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay, I am hearing your name lately when I called. Okay.
asalaamaaleykum man la Awa Sow man lu ma bëggoon a wax tey mooy comme ñun journaliste dañ war a góorgóorlu bul wóolu sa bopp ba da ngay bind rek nga jóg dem soo bindee da nga war a jox ñi nga xam ne ñoo la jiitu ci liggéey bi ñu xoolal la bu fekkee da nga war a yokku dara dañ lay ne yokkati bu fekkee da nga am foofu loo xam ne da nga fa war a wàññi nga wàññi ko wóolu sa boppam ëpp daal pour man loolu warul koo xam ne dafay jàng loolu laa si bëggoon a yokk
am tootaan la nit ñi ne la yaa fi toj nga foog ne yaa fi toj.
I am Amidiba man lu ma bëgg a yokk mooy comme su coverage amee am na ñeneen dañ dee call ñu ne dafa am coverage ñu te see place sometimes dañ dee ñëw yow kenn yaa war a indu sa caméra ak sa tripod ak bagage yi bari ñeneen sax ne dañ dee fàtte ñeneen stuff sa si office bi and suñ paree tamit dañ dee jël bagage yi ñu bàyyi la ko yow nga ne ñu la acca yoo demal si office bi ñoom ñi def te loolu noonu which is not fair yow kenn yaa war a ñëw sometimes daf dee def ne comme moto sax daf dee ñaaka yooyu ak sa bagage yi ak yooyu noonu yëpp nga war a struggle si loolu tamit second thing lu ma laan mooy whenever you go out for coverage you should give institution number ak leneen tamit soo demee coverage ñu jox la pass da ñëw na war a be honest nga delloo pass bi si institution mënu loo ko jël as your own
Ami looy jooy. Léegi da nga bëgg a def jooy sa mbir. But you raise very good points though. She raised a very good concern, and I think it's for the journalists to pay attention to. When you go out for coverages, work together as a team. In fact, the videographers were not there, but yen journalists, I have trained you enough on this to know that we are working together as a team, and the success of your project is a teamwork. Videographers, doing seen bam, bengen baelen, all of these things. We are working together as a team, which means if we need to carry this stuff, going for Hamni, we have not been at a level where we have 100% all the things we need, where Sungena them coverage, I mean, you have 5 people going for one coverage is 10 people, and you have a car that takes you back and forth. If some coverages you still rely on public transport and stuff, it only makes sense that Ngen Japale Wante, if the videographer holds her camera back and tripod, at least you hold something else for them. Maybe you can hold the shoulder part, or you can hold, I mean, the lights or something. But we need to work together as a team and not leave it to them. We ride together, we die together. If it needs to return to the office together, return to the office together. These are all things like that we observe. The managers say it, especially for the journalists. So I think Fat Samba even mentioned that earlier, where people go for coverage, suñ paree rek ñu dem ñibbi ñu bàyyi yëpp, videographer bi ñëw, what a copy, whatever, and you are the same people who will send messages on the group. Where is my project? My project is not aired, is not edited. Do you even pay attention to it? Do you know if the videographer ever copied your project? Has it been edited and all of that? So Amidiba's points are very important. Thank you very much. Unless Gawanyu on Joy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maimuna Jaju. The only thing I have to say is with regards to Luma Janga fi come, it has come to my notice na come so they may a specific program. You shouldn't give out your personal number. It happened to me when we went for to GPU training. I have to say so. Bunya then you just paper, you have to write your name and your telephone number. So mandama fog nekom, it should be my personal number. So Bob Lafabina. So it happened when Jahate called to inform for another training, man la jot. So after Bob la mo nekom, maybe there was another training. So Bob la realized nekom he's supposed to talk to Fatu Sambo. So mota when he called to explain everything, Bob la jël no telephone ma joko Fat Sambo, and he was able to call Fat Sambo pour ñu mëna discuss about it. So I was able to how ma ko won before nekku ne comme dam ko def deliberately how do dama fogon ne comme sa number rek nga fa waroon a def. And also I have a suggestion to make with regards to come when we are going for coverages, because the last time protest bi amoon fële Manduwar man la Musa ak kii Lamin. So buñ doon dem foofu we find it very difficult pour dem because affaire mu ngi happen on si suba. So affaire moto bi dafa nekkoon challenge bi nga xam ne ñun buñ doon dem dañ fekk everything mu ngi jeex, but yet still we are able to pull out something from there. So I am a suggestion ma am maybe pour ñu maybe xam naa ne the institution is still struggling to am all the basic necessities yi nga xam ne yooyu la gaa soxla, but I suggestion bu ma am mooy maybe to have maybe moto bi nga xam ne when it comes to such coverages yi nga xam ne emergencies la wala protest la pour mun a dem direct, because pour dem Brikama tamit xam nga yoon bi tam is dafa hectic tamit, éega si garage bi nara wàcca duga bi si biir pour dem utu moto manduwaari fu nekka dafa nekkoon loo xam ne it was very disturbing te balaa ñu doon jógee foofu dafa lead tamit. Yes.
Yeah, I think I have a suggestion as well. Sen manduwar bobu nono. I wish I know suma xamone man dama gëna fuma nekkon man ma ñëw, because amna yo xamne it's more important fana yow ànda neen gunjur bu fa sañang wa bu fa problème bobu xewé ma naka la kadi tudé ànda neen gunjur, all of those things dama am ku bay other projects yu ma def ma dem fofu, but sen project bi I didn't know. Man dama tok ma gis Musa mu send my message we are going to Manduwar. I heard there is protest or whatsoever. So by the time I get ko, because so si meeting I don't hold my phone. Why should ma call you call man, this is an emergency, I go. Most of this major program ay muna Gambian tan dundi ko de baye halay, because yen bi ngeen demee according to what Musa said yow dégguloo soose Lamin moo am ku def interviews yu bari, right? So ñun suñ dee dem things like that we make sure naka la ñu dem fa ak moto, because loolu mooy gën a safe and all that. So projects like that so amee so danaa dem yow sa boppa flash leen ma, I would make sure I leave what I am doing so they important noonu, or I tell Aida moom mu meet leen si yooni airport bi bu dee moom mu ngi kër moom mu ñëw mu jëlaale leen. That's a good one. Yeah, so we will pay attention to that. But anytime
Um,
this happens, bu leen ko bàyyee manager yi rek joxal manager yi suggestion boobu ah Moussa foog leen ñu call Anti Fatou or ñu call Fat Sama or ñu call Aida mu yóbbuwaale ñu we would always be willing to go and do that.
So these are the reasons why it's important that you are around and you are flexible. The more available you are, the more flexible you are, the more opportunities you will have to learn new things and different things. As she said, she didn't know that. I'm glad she said she didn't know that. So they may coverage what are your personal number, and we've broken it down, and that's why it's important that you attend this meeting and these classes, and also with the experience that you have. Now that he has that experience, the same thing with the Manwars issue. So thank you very much for bringing your personal experience into it, and the suggestion you give, we will try our best to adjust to it and make sure that we provide those things. Eventually, we would have vehicles and vehicles and vehicles, inshallah, that will be responsible for taking people back and forth to places.
Yeah, okay. It's been to Singate.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. People come in late and also not coming without informing the managers, and also people are not taking directives from the managers.
Well, those are very good ones. I'm not going to elaborate on them. Thank you very much for saying it. It's important. The managers are observing, and we know who is to come and who is not to come because all of you have your schedules that you have given. So toge nyolo and you make it a carefree attitude, you all are more affect at the end of the day. The institution still continues. It's not even felt. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, the viewers. My name is Tijan Baji, an intern. What I have learned from the meeting is about attitude. Is very very important in whatever we do. As far as everything is concerned, attitude is the leading thing that one have to consider in whatever you do. And then also, what I want to share with my colleagues is about in life you have to consider about they said there are 4 L's that we have to consider. The first one is the life to live, that is the first L, and then the second one is the land, that is the second L, and then the third one is to love, and then the legacy. So these are the 4 important L's that we have in life. It's very very important for one to put your attention on those L's. It's very very important for one to leave a legacy, that if you are absent, people will be saying that yes, the person that is they do that and do that, like Mr. Jove, what he is doing is a legacy for him. Whenever Mr. Jove pass away, this is the legacy that he have left behind. He have changed many people.
Whenever you
Yeah,
pass away too.
of course. Yes, yeah. People will say that this is the thing that he have lived behind. He have changed many people's their life, young people their life, and now they are benefiting there. So it's very very important for one to work on how to to nurture your legacy and then leave a good legacy behind. So these are some of the things that I want to share with my colleagues. Mr. Juf, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Juve, the camera woman, the one that was behind the camera, she have to talk and she will talk. Talk by voice. She said she don't want to talk.
Good afternoon, everyone. What I want to say is we should respect each other. As we all know, respect is reciprocal.
What is
So
your
don't
name?
say that Fatmata M. Sanya.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's the one that come here early and she never missed a single day. She clean the office without nobody telling her. Even if people are not here, she do it and she don't complain. And she go to coverages. She's in the technique. When Musa is editing, she sit there. And she's never there. Agum. Yes, let me say agum.
Yeah. As we all know, respect is reciprocal. Then say that this guy is an intern, so I should talk to him or her anyhow I want. We should always try to use the word please and thank you when talking to each other. That's what
Very
I want
good.
to say.
Very good one. It's been a minute. We didn't emphasize that, but that used to be one of my slogans that I always taught my staff and managers to be using it, and everybody else. We need to use it. Ken do fi papi, ken mo manke mo fati wala mo bati jang. We are all colleagues, and we should be able to respect each other. So
Do you
thank
want
you.
to sleep?
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Juve, So we can just wrap up right now. One last thing I want to say is the issue of bug bite. Joe, you know Joe? Some of us we have experience, and let me just tell you a little experience I have. One of my colleague, when I was working somewhere, I will not mention. He know that if he leave, his colleagues didn't work with him. You know what he did? For them jail computer bi mu press record ba pare mu génna mu bàyyi leen best friend am and all the others are all there ñu start di ko jóg because moom mooy boss bi su ñëwee mu ne gaay defal lii defal lii defal lii gaay ñu nekk di dof lu mu génna mu ñëwaat mu press record ba pare bàyyi ko ñoom ñëpp dañ dégg seen boppa den rus after they could not all look at him at all until this minute they don't have good relationship sa collègue su la defee dara oo sa boss feel nga ne lum la tontu oo lum la wax is not nice demal nga oo sa boss yow ak moom ak yàlla ah boss tey de bi ma ñëwee yaa ma wax suma daala bi dafa dog si biir ñiti man bëgguma loolu am na ñoo xam ne bëgguñ loolu nga wax ko man bëgguma loolu xëj na moom lu tax mu wala ko si biir ñiti is because for other people ñoom ñëpp ñu jàngee from it so nen bàyyi joo bi because démba beeta naa few people si office bi ñu ngi maa joo and I know ne den maa joo ma wax ko Aida ma ne ko maa ngi génn su ma génnee su ma delloo damaa dégg gaay ñu maa joo ma tëj bunta bi man maa leen tëjal bunta bi intentional without nothing ba pare ma bàyyi leen si biir kii su waxee mu jox kii mu wax ñoom ñëpp ñu nga kakakakakakak let them go ahead nen wax ba soona man dama am responsibility office bi tey su dara bonee man leen dee wax fanaa misa ju wana bunta bi dafa yaaxu faatu fix ko wowut kenn fix ko te ku ko yaaxa nekkut man su nit ñëwee office bi dafa tilim kan la moo wax faatu te every other day damaa ñëw si office bi ma gis office bi clean ma ñëw man suma boppa ma siga ma clean ma fompa ba si suuf so let us pay attention ñu xam ne ñun waxuñ because dañ bugg a wax thank you Mr. Juf unless you want to close I'm done and thank you to the people that are commenting we have seen your comments we truly appreciate it we do this meeting open not for any privacy I think we have been saying it Mr. Juf on a few media house consultant ko bu issue amee and all that ñun suñ meeting all the time we put it public all the time it's public so nit again say Fatou si meeting bi let people say it it's true Fatou is just learning another person is learning everybody is learning so our meeting we are not hiding anything in our institution everything is public so thank you especially that Ida Love Ida for commenting I don't know who Ida Love is but we appreciate Ida Love and every other person thank you
Jeff, thank you guys. So I hope that whatever we learn here, we talk about, people put it to practice. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we did our meeting and finished, and people which just went about doing, not putting it into practice. Janga nak hel jeriñu daral dut helat. Hakilo man fen nafana manke karangoti. If we learn new things here, we expect you to apply it. Moving on, all the things that we've talked about here, we expect you guys to apply it. So we expect to see you every Wednesday, whether I am here, whether Fatu is here, whether somebody else is here. We expect to see you guys every Wednesday and every Friday. My class continues, and Fatu make sure too that the videographic class takes place as been asked. Make sure that the videographic class takes place. Thank you guys very much.
Mr. Juf,
Uh-huh.
I want to remind you that about our journey to go this Jogado. So we want to have meeting with you and Fat Samba.
Not right now. Not right now. It's 3 hours I'm sleeping. So just like I said earlier, it's left to you guys to be able to do the sacrifice and not for Mr. Juf to do that. I sacrificed 3 hours already. If you guys are willing to wait, great. After I sleep and wake up again,
Yes.
we can have it. Yes. You guys, what my suggestion is for you guys to start putting things together, putting things together, brainstorm, come up with ideas. I want to refer you to Musa Dahaba. Is Dahaba hearing me?
Yes.
You and Lamin, when you were going to your trip, we trained you, we provided you with some skills and some tips. Share that with them in the meantime. Okay? Lamin, share that with them in the meantime. And then we will take
Mr. Juf.
all the different projects that we can come up with, the
Yes,
different
can you give us the time?
questions, the different
Mr. Juf.
I'm going to
Mr.
sleep.
Juf.
Normally I don't sleep. I have a lot of
Mr. Juf.
responsibilities. Yes.
Time odi mala say mo le bat la minna no.
What
Time
time is
you
it
have
over there right now? It's exactly 2 p.m. It's exactly 2 p.m., right?
yes.
It's 2 p.m. now. Maybe around 5 or 6. I have to sleep at least for 3 hours. Masino,
Okay.
Alcan terrorize le, Alcan nasino contronyel. Alcan terrorize le back.
Okay.
If you guys need to go and come back at 6, maybe we can do it. If you need to go, if you are not supposed to be here and you need to go and come back at 6, or if you want to wait. But right now, I'm not even functioning. You hear Fatu asking me if I'm sleeping. If you added 10 more minutes, I'll be snoring. Right? Mhm. All right. Thank you, guys.
mun tata famo million jama wala li nyim pengota coronavirus musasa sotori ngansi andin amala nyim mukelati wala nyim musulati aman sibo nyoto mo wili jama fata findu banko kan wala li nyim sasa soto andin ay faale coronavirus man jaral soto bari fanan akibar dima mumunti ay pengu sotole.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Komen aliyalo nyamin dolu ka fanyela ko Sheikh Yakuba Khalifa Haidar mbesiring Atlanta jang na komen ngafo na diabo ko nyamin vaccination nyinte ngatale alhamdulillah na kafunyo jama beje me alon ko alimamu le mulu fanan be atale oto kammala ni ite ya taylaftira mantole ila umma ya kayrola tumando bata itandila ko ntele bi ngata de mankole ya kusoto je oto nyimu wasiyoti momo yedan kene ala la drong ya ta katun ala ko idha azamu fatawakkal ala Allah ko ku ba kaletu ko ala la drong nyinu sababu le tudo menka mojara bari ngabula sababu no madron tumando ala la mako yoro kan ala be mako yelale. Assalamu alaikum.
Guluje yimbe ka hore leydi woni ko ƴettindu pikiru coronavirus non ko gonga anda ɓale anda dane anda paykun anda mawɗo wari africans ɓe boyi ka hore leydi sabu non ala lekki kono kibaruji welɗi ɗi woni ndu heeɓi haray pikiru ɓayna fo ñetti o vaccin jolko kala yo reno teddindi laabi ko ɗum ɗon ko fewno coronavirus no woɗi o ñawono bukan waringe si million sa jupae kungangar ama pikreti coronavirus ko kan sumut kan manje bajuta nyil bajuta nine bajuta nifa bajuta nine bajuta stek kaka ko sumut kan manje bukana tuku gore banni baj ke bari sumu yene tere gudi ko sumut kati coronavirus tate ten tembe nyaaji baj pikreti ko nem vacciner manje anosan awurna pour mana janga yo bangol tanka fanga fa ko sumut kati covid-19
African Oriental Store Africa fii si biir America ñu ngi leen fi amal seasoning ak lépp loo leen nam ma biir Gambia diwtiir ak bagage ndekki yi ngeen soxla can beef African Oriental Store andil na leen ko si seen xefi boti ba tey it amal nañ leen netetu gerte noflaay yéet ndawal African Oriental Store nag mooy bitik bi nga xam ne lépp loo leen soxla mi ngi si biir amal nañ leen maalo leket tame inde addi cuuraay waaye it fàttewuñ suñ góor yi nga xam ne ni den tële seen néegi sëy yi African Oriental Store indi na leen garab goo xam ne ni dina leen delloo seen kàttan ba tey it ñu ngi leen amal abaaya dàll abaya boo munti xalaat bu jigéen ñu ngi ko fi am waaye fàtte wuñ góor ñi amal nañ leen xaftaan ñi amal nañ toobaan cuuraay African Oriental Store nag bagage yi nii fépp foo nekk si biir Canada bi ak US di nga ko mun a am ndaxte ñu ngi leen amal shipping African Oriental Store Africa si America fii si Everett Washington njaaxare jeex na.
mun tata famo million jama wala le nyim pengota coronavirus musasa sotoringol si andin amala nyim mukeleti wala nyim musuleti amal sibo nyoto mo wili jama fata findu banko kan wala le nyim sasa soto andin ay faale coronavirus man jaral soto bari fanan akibar dima mumunti ay pengu soto le.
Millions of people around the world don't get this vaccine here. Coronavirus not something we do. It not sabi race, it not sabi gender, it not sabi tribe. It don't kill thousands of Africans around the world because it not been get cure. But the good news now, it don't get vaccine. Coronavirus not all man in business. So tell you people the way you like. On a member say, we all not safe till we all don't safe.